Yeah, I think.
Welcome back to Song of the Nameless. This is session 18 entitled Coastal Ruins. Last session, the group got an airship and then they started flying it down the coast. They elected to go the coastal route so that they can go to the ruins they passed by on the way here in an attempt to look them over and possibly go into excavate them. But amidst the flight, they rolled terribly on their random encounters. So as they are flying, Cindrix and Scarin, um, you're the only two that are currently on deck. However, I want to make sure that everyone has a free option and opportunity to do so. Please place yourself where you think you would be. Sarah, you can't move outside of the overhead area, this kind of place with the sail on top of it. Then at least one person needs to be at the pilot room. That is either Quira or Tommel. No one else can pilot the thing. So besides that, you can be wherever you want on the ship.
And be
Is
downstairs sitting
is
in the chair.
Quiara piloting at the moment?
You can pilot, Tommel.
Okay. So Tommel, you are below, and Quira, you are above. Everybody satisfied with their current positioning?
Um,
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, there's two people on deck. There's no pilot. Why do we have two copies of Quira and Tommel?
Oh, I don't know.
oh, there's the rest of the ship.
I'm
Okay.
supposed to be up on top of the deck.
Oh.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, there was
Okay.
two
Okay.
halves of the
Yeah, I
map.
didn't mean to grab. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
That's my
John,
bad.
I think we weren't able to see the whole map.
Oh no, it was
At
all there.
first.
Sorry, just gotta zoom out. I should have mentioned it before. It's basically the same setup as I had last time. I just moved
Yep.
them down so it's more
Okay,
physically appealing.
so we said that Tommel is driving, so I don't have to be down there with
Correct.
Tommel, right?
Who's the red guy?
So then I'm gonna be up on.
That is the dwarf companion of Sarah,
Ah,
and then the other two individuals who are on that middle deck are Sarah's other companions. Okay, so then we have Quira, we have Cindrix, and we have Scarin on deck. I would like the three of you to go ahead and make perception checks.
Okay. Perception.
Okay. Cindrix, you're the only one who catches this out of the corner of your eye, unless Owlin gain advantage on sight-based perception checks. Do they not? John?
Yes, me.
Checking right now.
Okay. I know they get something regarding
No.
sight. No, nothing. Just the big dark vision. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you notice that two winged shapes are very quickly approaching the ship from above. They're kind of dive bombing, descending towards you. You're a dragonborn who is very, very familiar with dragonkind. They are what are known as wyverns. Wyverns are a type of dragonkind. They are not true dragons. They are most known for their poison stingers, but they also, unlike dragons, do not have forelimbs, like front limbs. They have wings that have hand-like appendages, like bats.
Wing arms.
Yep.
Well, two
And
wyverns
there
coming
they are.
at us.
So during the first round, you will not be surprised. Everyone else will be. And yeah, we're going right into it. You bet.
Right into it.
I told you, random encounters. Okay, so everybody go ahead and roll your initiative.
Ooh. Go click. Oh, sweet.
All right. So, everybody rolled? All right. Cindrix, you're first. You see them. They are currently positioned where they are positioned on the map. So do as you please. You say what you say, and you can do what you like.
Sorry, I'm having an issue. Hold on one sec.
Okay. Oh, are you not on there yet? Yeah, you're not. Okay, wait.
There it is.
Okay.
Did that work?
Up there.
Yeah, you'll
Okay,
be right
sorry.
after him. It's okay. I know how roll 20 be sometimes. So
Thank
Cindrix.
you.
Okay. So I'm thinking right now.
Yep. I know, I just voiced you into it. Again, what I would say is if you don't have a plan of attack, the best tip for you would probably be moving to a position where you can secure yourself or get into cover.
Okay.
Unless you have a plan of attack.
Okay. Hold it. Head there. 2 of 10. See if they're in range. No. And move 10 again. Up here. Gonna. You know what? God hit him there, and this 20-foot cube within range. I'm just gonna cast Fairy Fire on him. Here. Get the template.
No need.
Really?
They're
Okay.
close enough. I'm okay with it. But yeah, you watch as the burst of Fey energy appears in front of them, and they kind of fly through it. As they kind of pass through it, you watch as their entire forms illuminate in what color?
Red.
Okay.
Fire. Yep. Oh, then he's gonna head back with his movement.
So as they light up, you continue to watch as they fall from the sky like missiles towards the ship. This one slams down onto the deck with a loud and very audible thud on the interior, so everyone inside hears it hit. Additionally, it hits with such force, such a magnitude of force, it causes the ship to tilt. I need Tommel in response to go ahead and make, you are not currently trained with vehicles air, so it'll just be an intelligence check in response. Roll 20 being fun tonight. Do-do-do. Zach? You there?
Sorry.
It's okay. You're going to need to make an intelligence check because you don't have vehicles air trained. Okay, so you manage to, the second it hits, like you're kind of, attentive and alert, so you kind of catch the wheel and kind of maneuver it back, causing the ship to not, tilt too far to the side, which doesn't cause anyone any problems. So you manage to avoid everyone having to roll checks instead. The other one slams onto the back of the ship, and when it lands, it kind of drops down, brings its wings in tight, and slips them underneath the sail. Its head kind of snakes in towards you, Sarah, and it goes as it comes in towards the space, kind of crawling in after you. That is it for the wyverns.
Oh my.
Tommel, you
jeez.
are up.
Do I have to make any checks or anything
So,
just to
since you-
keep this thing?
Since you were kind of foisted to it and you're still technically surprised, you're basically able to kind of understand that that's a situation, and if you want to try maneuvering, you can. But based on what you've heard and what you've felt, whatever it is that's assaulting you or assailing you is doing that. If you move away from the thing and they cause the ship to shake and vibrate like that, you won't have someone here to fix it.
Yep.
But you can set it to effectively an autopilot or sail mode, and it'll do its own thing. So if you want to rush out and try and do something, you can. But if they do,
No, that thing hit too hard. I was more wondering if I could do anything to more stabilize this for my next race.
absolutely. So you're basically kind of holding the wheel focused, and you're basically like a
100%.
cautious driver. So if you do get a situation where you have to roll in response, you'll have advantage.
That's what I'm doing.
Cool. Sarah, you are up, and again, you cannot maneuver outside of the back portion of the ship. So it does kind of drop to you, kind of moves on you. It hasn't attacked yet. You are surprised. Queera, you are also surprised as you kind of feel the ship list for a second. You feel it very quickly tilt to right. So you're like, you know in your mind Tommel has done good. And as you kind of spin in that direction, you also see the other one hit on the back and kind of wind in towards Sarah. Gilt, you are below deck. We'll move down here to where you're located. You definitely feel the hit of the ship. Looking down, you can see the clouds. You're only a few hundred feet, or like 100 or so feet in the air. So these clouds are very light, heavier than the clouds above you, though. And you would note that you're mainly over water at this point, looking down from that position. If you are actually seated in the chair, it'll be an action to get out of the chair. But you're currently surprised. So you kind of like are taking it all in. And once your turn comes back around, you'll be able to do stuff. Scarin, you are also surprised, having not caught out on it. And everything I said to Queera, you also get as well. Snapping back around to Cindrix. It is basically looking like it's going to climb up over the railing up after you. At this current stage, though, positionally, it has cover, unless you move up to the railing.
Okay. What to do? I mean, I could. I'm not gonna do that. Maybe. So many things. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna do the good old classic. He's gonna move up to the railings here. Gonna do that. He's gonna use Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Okay. You do that.
These will hit on 13s. So
There we go. Oh, and it's a crit.
No, it's not a crit.
Oh.
You don't have advantage.
No, the fairy fire.
Oh, you do have advantage.
Yeah. And I didn't mean to do the 4-4 because
okay.
it was just the delay.
Go ahead and click them.
Okay. Boop. Boop. Oh, they all have the
you should add that
extra
in.
fire damage. Yeah, I forgot to put it in.
Yeah, I should have added it as a global modifier. No problem.
Yeah. So that is 3. That 4 is the 5 because elemental adept. And that is
Proficiency bonus times 3.
Yep. So that's like 36 damage.
What's your proficiency
all
bonus?
together. 3.
Okay. So as the bolts kind of slam down into it, it kind of drops low, and you kind of hit into its shoulders, and it kind of lifts its head back up as it's hit, and kind of as it's kind of looking up at you, ready to just murder you.
Okay, it's gonna move back.
Okay. As you kind of like, and then kind of panic, kind of move away from the rail, you just hear a loud, and you can feel its presence over top of you as it will land on you. I need you to make an athletics check or an acrobatics check, your choice.
Acrobatics probably be better.
I want to use my reaction to add my my int, so that's a +4.
Okay.
Hold on.
Ooh. Okay. Sweet. Thank you.
I will let you know that +4 will make it so that I'm hitting it on the nose instead of beating it by 4. So I got a 19 is what I'm saying. And he got a 15 +4 would be 19. Since he's the defender, I have to hit his number, and I did.
Need to beat.
So it leaps up into the air, its wings kind of arching upwards, its feet drop down onto Cindrix's shoulders and grab a hold of it. He then pushes his wings down, and with his remaining 50 feet of movement, goes straight up into the air.
Oh!
So we are 50 feet.
Are we still under
straight
this
up.
ship? Okay.
We're not off the initiative. No, we're still in the fight.
Oh, no. I mean, we're not. I'm saying we're not off the ship. I mean.
Oh, we are over.
Just
we're
straight
over
up.
top of the ship. Yeah, 50 feet.
Yeah, over top. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And we'll learn more about movement of the ship and just like the nature of
Yeah.
physics here at initiative round 1.
Yeah.
So that wyvern's done. This wyvern here rushes forward and kind of just like drops itself low, and its neck kind of snaps in towards Sarah with like a loud. Whether or not it gets Sarah is dependent on whether or not she can make an athletics or acrobatics check. Go ahead. Do you want to spend any inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay. So as it kind of snaps forward, there's like this reality for a moment where it kind of gets a hold of you, pulls you, and throws you off the back of the ship. But you kind of jump back and kind of dodge to the side, evading that, and it kind of just a loud clap of just smashing teeth. It kind of chitters as you kind of move away, and then it angrily sends its tail in after you, kind of spinning its body to the side. 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You'll take 16 piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Success. So you'll take half the poison damage, which will be a total of 12. All right. Tommel, you feel a weight distribution, like the ship was kind of lifting, but then it kind of shifted off to the side, and you're kind of pulling the ship back to balance. It feels like something has just removed itself from the ship that was kind of weighing one side of it down.
Great.
You do notice that there's a bit of a drag to the ship as well. So, what do you wish to do? Again, the ship is continuing in its sailing position. It's just kind of going. So if you say you're not trying to like stop, turn, or anything creating to maneuvering wise, it's just going to keep doing that.
I haven't gotten any instructions to stop or slow down or to maneuver. I think as far as Tommel's concerned, he's still bracing himself and steadying the course, hoping that everyone up on deck is going to knock the attackers off. It feels like they got one.
The ship moves out from underneath us, Cindrix. It's almost out from underneath us entirely as it kind of just continues sailing forward. All right.
All I see is the water down there. Is like, oh
no! This is my worst nightmare. Sarah, your weapon's not too far astride. You can pick it up as part of your action. And it would be the magical glaive disco.
Okay. Yeah, I want to pick it up and rage.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was part of my action. I'm gonna move. I can move to the lip, but no further, right?
Yeah, correct. You're basically attached by wires. When you move away from it in that way, it will throw its bite attack at you, because it has a reach of 10 feet, and you were in its threatened space when you moved.
Alright.
22 to hit.
Yep.
12 more piercing, as it kind of nips you on the back shoulder. It doesn't get
Was that 12 piercing before or after rage?
She said she raged first, so it would be halved after. Sorry, my brain was... You're right, 6 damages total.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zach.
Happy to help.
Yeah, I usually do the halving, so yeah, I apologize for...
That's why you almost always do the halving.
Yeah.
You say it out loud. That way, in that time you didn't, so I like...
my brain was like, yeah, I'm fucking him up. I'll show that, Johnny. I'll show him. Throw him hundreds of feet into the air.
Oh no.
So you, did you want to attack before you dipped away?
I couldn't. My action was picking up my weapon.
No. As a part of your action, whatever the action may be, picking up the glaive. Because the glaive was close enough. I'm saying it's incidental, like if you were drawing it.
I'll get my bonus. Yeah.
So attack and then run?
Attack and run, yeah.
Okay, so you should be able to get your 2 attacks. Bonus action was raging, so no...
So no.
No.
Mass.
Yeah, right. That'll hit. And you have advantage on these without recklessing. Because they are glowing bright red. 19 will hit.
Nice.
Okay, so you kind of swing your glaive twice, kind of catching it on the face, but you can see that the draconic scales are kind of keeping the damage light, just based on your rolls. You then kind of turn about and rush away. You can hear the wires kind of skittering across the table or off the across the deck. The bite snaps on your shoulder, and you kind of get to the other side, turning about, looking at it, looking down the hold as well. You can see Tommel is kind of like, just the back of him, his floppy ears kind of like hanging to the back, and he's just like holding the wheel. All right, Sarah.
Oh.
And that'll be it.
All right. Queer, you are active. You can do what you like.
All right. How far exactly is
50 feet straight up. So you are currently line of sight blocked because of the sail in the middle.
Okay. So if I move here, can I see them?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is starting to become a pattern,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know how I feel about this. So I'm going to vortex warp our cleric
Okay.
out of
Yeah.
here, and we'll put him over here
All right.
next to Scarin.
So it's 50 feet up. He's 50 feet above you. So the triangulation for me.
I mean, it's well within the range of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
spell, just
90
like
feet.
90 feet.
Yeah, go ahead. Throw him over there.
Move over here, please.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Okay, that
Just
is
tryna-
my
There we go.
action. For my bonus action, I will have
So
this dude move here.
a quick note on the response, Queer, since you're watching it, as you kind of make Cindrix disappear and then kind of move the magic to push him to the other side, you would note that the wyvern, almost like a cat following like a laser light, kind of watches the magic and watches you, and then kind of moves to the side, then snaps its head back at you, kind of understanding that you are the laser pointer holder.
Cool.
And it's kind of looking at you.
I would much rather be. Oh, does a 26 hit? I'm assuming yes.
Yes.
4 force.
Okay.
I would much rather be the target than the
So-
cleric.
Gil, it's just an action to get out of your seat, and then you can move at your normal speed.
So I imagine he was basically napping in the fancy chair, and then like the ship just goes boom, and he's like, "What? Oh!" And so okay, so he'll get out of the chair.
All right.
Does he have to move it over?
No. So if you're just
Like he can walk on this?
well, you don't want to walk on the glass. If your action is moving the chair, so it will deposit you with that action. It will deposit you on the north side, over near there. So basically, it'd
Okay.
be 5 feet of movement to the ladder, and then it'll be, if you don't have a climb speed, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet of movement to get out of the ladder up into the next floor, which will be here on this space.
Mhm.
So you'll just
I
kind
can do that now.
Yeah, go ahead and move over there. So we've done a total of 25 movement. And so you have 5, 5 or 10
10.
left? 10 left?
Yeah.
And so the next way up that you want to go is either towards the back stairs or towards this ladder that... oh my god, why is my brain not working? I know her name. It's like right on the tip of my... Suyomira is sitting next to.
Yes. He would definitely be a ladder boy.
Okay.
He's just like.
Action movement. Good deal, good deal.
For
Scare
a thrill. Beep, 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 beep.
I just realized that
And-
the entire last fight, I forgot I had Dreadful Strike.
As you watch Queer kind of throw the magic, she kind of leans back towards the bridge and yells, "Tommel, we got company. Keep us steady."
Thank you.
No problem. So, Scarin, you moved 5 feet so far. You got the rest of your turn. Are you ice sniping the one on the back deck there?
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Sweet.
Okay. And then it'll save. It will save against
Ooh.
the cold damage. So I believe it takes
Ooh.
half. So 5 and 3. So 8. Okay.
No, kind of hold on to
Grab a
the
hold of the
railing
rail.
here.
Okay.
Yep. That's it.
All right. Syndrix.
Kind of like Yura does these. They're like, oh, no, no, no. He's like, oh. Thanks, Yura. All right. 5, 10, 12. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to move you. 5:30. There we go. Can I... It's 50 feet up. I think I can hit him with Scorcher Ray. It's 120 range.
The line that you're currently on, no, there's no way, because you're
No.
shooting through the thing. You need to move
Oh,
further
yeah.
over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess you just hit this person here then.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, Scorching Ray again.
Cool.
Scorch him.
Hit, miss, hit.
Okay. Make sure the modifier is on there this time.
Okay.
It is. Okay. So...
11 and 8. And a 2.
Yep.
2. All right. Bam Bam hits it. It kind of like scowls, looking at you. You also notice that this one is very inquisitive, very cat-like in its kind of attention. It's kind of still keeping an eye on Sara, and as it's doing so, you watch as it kind of looks down at the lines. It leans in forward, reaches down with its teeth, and grabs a hold of the cables, and then pulls. In doing so, Sara, you need to make an athletics or only athletics. Actually, I'm ad hocing it here. Strength saving throw. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw. Okay, success. Woo! So it kind of pulls on the wires, and you can feel yourself kind of like, being pulled in that direction. It does so for just a second and annoyedly kind of lets it go and then kind of backs out, kind of angrily chicken walking towards the back. It then jumps up into the air and flies. It goes up 30 feet. It's moved 10 feet with its walking speed. 30. It will then fly down over top. You can hear it kind of scratching across the top of the sail, and as it kind of gets to that point, it's dropping its tail between its legs, which are kind of on the sail, and the tail comes splintering down towards Syndrix.
Any warding flare?
You can.
This is a reaction.
Hold on, warding flare. Can you click it for me real quick? I need to know if it's a thing you can see.
Yeah. Let me see. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, I think you...
Yeah, since I'm coming from above, go ahead and do me a favor and tell me what your passive perception is.
It is a 15.
It's successful then, yeah. You can go ahead and warding flare it.
Sweet.
So yeah, you kind of see it go up, and you can see the shadow of it from the sunlight on the sail, so you know it's coming. And then as it's coming above, you can see its face just appear for a second. Ha! Tap the warding flare into its face. And I apologize, it didn't help, dude.
Oh,
I rolled double.
It's fine.
Oh, damn. Double 25s.
Oh, okay. It is what it is sometimes.
You'll take 12 piercing, and then I need a con saving throw.
Yep. Con.
Successful.
18.
So you'll take half of 30 poison, so 15 poison in addition.
And what was the first one?
12. So it should be a total of
12.
27.
27. Okay.
Yep. Just the tail kind of...
Ooh.
The other wyvern will drop in a kind of sudden fashion here. It is going to hit the deck hard. Tom, go ahead and make another intelligence save or intelligence check. You have advantage. DC 15.
Good.
You kind of look back over your shoulder at the window as you hear the screeching. You can see it coming down and go, oh fuck, and brace as it hits, and it just kind of rocks just a little bit, but not enough to send anybody anywhere.
Wait, can we get an oh fuck, but in the Tommel voice?
Please. When it hits Quira, it is going to go with its full itinerary of attacks. It kind of drops and then jumps back up, slashing its claws, throwing its bite, and its stinger comes up over its head, slamming down onto you.
Okay.
So we'll lead with the claws. 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
15 slashing. Bite attack, 15's going to miss, probably.
That'll miss.
And we're looking at a 22 for the stinger.
That will hit.
Con saving throw. It's failure.
14. Wait, I'm gonna add Flash of Genius. I'm gonna add 4 to make it 18.
Yeah, that'll be successful then. So it'll be 9 piercing for the stinger. So we're looking at a total of 24 damage, and then the poison will be 14. So 38 total damage. Got it? Do you want me to go back and start from the beginning? 15. I did it weird.
Did we have 10 hit points or no?
I don't remember anybody saying that. I mean, you weren't expecting a fight. I don't think
at
you
the
would.
beginning of the at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
No. Okay. If no.
I did. I did.
All right. Cool.
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. Oh, I gotta make concentration
I mean, we were
checks.
just chilling on
for Fairy
our cool little airship.
Okay.
I was taking a nap.
Also,
John,
go ahead. Go ahead,
John,
John.
do I have to make 2 concentration checks
You
for
do.
Fairy Fire? Okay. 13 and I failure. Yep.
Okay, so they are no longer glowing.
Mhm.
But I do want to make sure, Queera, you do get an opportunity attack. It doesn't have any special features. It is when it hits, jumps up, kind of slashes, biting and stinging. Its wings flap once, and it kind of flies back over the rail to land on the side of the ship. You'll get a single opportunity attack.
All right.
14 will hit. All right,
8.
gotcha.
Nice.
So it kind of hops back, lands on the back side of the ship. It's now kind of below the railing, which is about 10 or 15 feet below you. So it has cover from shots that are not fired at the edge of the rail. Wyverns are done. Tommel, you're up. And you look back. I mean, if you're looking at the dimensionality of this, I know we're kind of lost in the sauce here, but you're in here, right? So you can turn around and see it if you want to do something besides steady. Or you can continue to study.
Can't cast through glass.
No, so there's an
so-
opening on the back.
Oh,
You walk down into
there
the
is an
bridge.
opening there that's not covered by anything, like a door or anything.
That's correct. But if
I'm a little worried about losing my advantage though on the int save. So I think Tommel was told to keep us steady. Tommel is gonna keep us steady.
smart lad.
Is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I was trying to bait you out of it.
I know. I recognize that now.
We know your motherfucking tricks.
Sarah, It
How
is-
high up?
10 feet above you,
10 feet.
so you can reach it with your glaive.
Okay. Then I'll attack twice recklessly. $26.
Ooh, yeah, that'll work.
Oh,
That'll work as well.
and then hold on.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
You may want to fix your glaive. It's currently rolling 1 plus strength modifier. I was like, she's rolled 8 every single time.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, you'll want to change that to 1d10.
Oh, no.
Oh, this
Okay.
again.
Oh no!
Forever rolling min damage.
I was like, the first couple times I'm like, that's some bad luck. I didn't even think about it, and then this time it rolled it again. I'm like, wait.
That's too many times.
I
If
think
you'll,
this happened before, didn't it?
yeah, as a fairness, if you'll do me a kindness and just click the damage once, and that'll be sufficient, I think.
What do you mean, like here?
Oh, you're doing it still. Okay, hold on.
Hold on, I haven't fixed it. I was trying to
okay.
get what you meant.
Yeah, let me. Are you going in to fix it?
You said change it to 1d10,
Yeah, it should be 1d10.
and then take. Okay, then take that off. Okay. Let me see if can I click it and see if I fix it.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping for.
Alright.
Nope. Okay, here I go.
What the?
Wait,
No, it
no,
rolled.
no, it rolled
a-
1d10.
It rolled a 5.
It just didn't get the strength modifier.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, I see
Just
what I did wrong.
happened
I see
to
what I did
actually
wrong.
roll a
Yeah.
fucking 1 again.
It's rolling. It's rolling now.
There.
I'm not counting
Okay.
that. But
Aw.
Why not?
if you
I
click,
think you
if
should
you
why
count
not?
this.
click the
I
damage
think you
once
should count
for
it
me.
double.
Okay,
Click the
okay,
damage
okay.
once for me.
Yeah, that's right.
Those damn DM dice.
All right. So when you cut up into this one and slash it, you watch as you kind of catch the foot and the tail a little bit, and blood starts to kind of shoot out across the sail, causing kind of like a darkness on the sail. I need Scarin, Syndrix, and Queera to go ahead and make dexterity saving throws.
Oh.
Okay. So due to momentum, and it was kind of like not actually holding on to anything, when it takes this damage, it kind of falters forward and slams through the rails, its wings kind of fluttering outwards, its tail whipping about, and its feet kicking wildly as it lands on its back on the steps. So for you, Tommel, as you're kind of like in there looking over your shoulder, you're seeing a wyvern in the doorway just flapping about like angrily, and you're just like, sweat bead. The wyvern is prone. All right. That is your first 2 attacks. You now have the full arm attack. If you want. Oh, no, it's too far away now.
Yeah, can't reach.
You kind of like.
Yeah, so I'll stay here.
Queer.
Okay, we're gonna punch twice.
Hit.
16.
23. You're attacking a prone target.
And we punch again.
Mm-hmm.
And then our little buddy will do a little pew pew.
It's prone, so you have disadvantage.
Oh, I have disadvantage on
When you shoot,
a ranged attack.
correct. It
Got
will miss
it.
with a 12.
Got it.
Okay. Guilt, still moving up the steps.
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20 will put you here. I'll move you and snap ping you. Hold on. Oh, you already did it. You're awesome. So, I'm going to duplicate the wyvern, but only for the purposes of demonstrating where it is. So it is currently like right here. So you can hear it slamming about as you come into the bridge. And you can kind of see its tail kind of flapping about inside of the bridge as well.
Nice.
And that's your movement of 25 is what you've got so far. So you have 10 feet of movement left again. Move in there and then...
Ah!
If you want to shoot it with your bow, I'll allow it, but it'll have 3/4 cover because you're kind
Yeah.
of shooting it around a weird corner. So it'll have +5 to its AC. So
I mean, let's try. Why
Yeah,
not?
might as well.
I believe in Gil.
14 will miss.
I don't.
Oh,
Let's
and
try again,
you
though.
also have disadvantage because you're shooting at a prone target. So
Okay, then.
yeah, that'll also miss, sadly. So thump, thump. The second arrow, as it kind of flies, it kind of hits the blade of the tail and gets knocked off course. And it slams into, like, as you're kind of steering, the wheel's pretty big, Tommel. It slams on one of the knobs above you, and it's kind of like directly above you as you're steering. And you look up and you see Gil's arrow.
You did that?
Scarin, you were the only one to pass that deck save. Or you were the only one not to pass. Wait, sorry, hold on. Let me go back to the deck save. I forgot to say what happened to Syndrix when that happened. You were also knocked prone. Sorry, Johnny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it kind
It
of
happens.
It came down in a kerfuffle. You got mixed in a wing and fell to the ground. Scarin, you're fine. Queera, you were also fine. So Johnny, John, go ahead.
It probably being practical to be a huge thing, right?
Live your life.
As long as your life is doing the right thing.
I think so, maybe.
There isn't much room for you to attack from that.
Yeah, that's
angle.
what I'm thinking.
So I just want to make sure you're clear on that.
I think what I'll do is... Oh, there we go. I'm just going to kind of move here, give that a little bit, them a little space,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna ice knife the one over there.
Okay. So it'll have cover. Just a +2 to its AC. Go ahead and throw it.
Ah, shit. That's okay. How do I shoot the ice knife as a higher?
When you click it, you should have an option for higher level.
I'm probably just doing it from the spell list.
Oh, don't do it from the spell list. Do it from your attack.
Oh, I did there and it did not care.
Yeah, doesn't matter. 9's gonna miss.
Yep.
So it kind of hits the rail, kind of splinters off, and like bursts in the air a distance away.
Alright.
All right, Syndrix, you're up. No, you're not. You're prone, but you stand up for half your movement.
Yeah, I can still
Get up into
attack
smash.
this
Yeah.
thing in front of me. He's going to be angry that it stabbed him. He's going to try to suck all of its heat out of its body with the inflict wounds at level 4.
Go for it. 20 will hit.
Okay. There we go, at level 4.
Yeah, so you watch as he reaches down, kind of catches a hold of it, and just like starts draining it. You watch as its face kind of like sinks inwards, its eyes kind of turn to ash in its sockets, and its tongue kind of just lolls out and breaks off. As that happens, it kind of lets out a sound as it's dying, and in response, the other wyvern kind of lets out an angry cry of rage. Syndrix, anything else on your turn?
Yeah, he's gonna curse out this thing in Draconic, and he's gonna get the fuck out of there.
Where are you going?
Oh. Can I walk over? Actually, he's probably just gonna go half my movement, so it's still 15. Probably go right there.
Okay.
Okay.
It flies up and over,
Oh.
landing on Syndrix. Acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
Go acrobatics again.
Yeah.
Darn.
Any reactions or anything? before
Yeah,
we move
take
on?
a +4.
Okay, how many times can you do that, by the way?
I have one more. I can do it 4 times.
Gotcha. So it won't help. I got a total of 24.
Okay.
It catches a hold of him. It moved 50. It's going to move its remaining 40. And then as a free action, it's going to drop Syndrix. Syndrix, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. Anybody
Can I
wanna
use my
spend their
inspiration?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Yep.
So you fall. It kind of throws you, just kind of... And as you kind of fall, you manage to catch a hold of the sail, and you're holding on for dear life. Like, this is not a situation where you have a good posture. So during your next turn, we'll deal with the for dear life portion. That is one of his attacks. It doesn't recognize that you hit, but that's all of its movement. You can see that as it's throwing you, it's kind of turning about and kind of heading back the other direction. So it's a good 20 feet above you as you fail about that far to get to the sails. Okay, Wyvern done. Tommel up.
Tom will stay in the course, man.
Okay. Sarah.
I'm just gonna take the dodge action and stay here.
Okay. Clear up.
I think we all know what's about to happen. So
Cannot see him from your current position.
right, let me figure out my movement real quick. Can I see from here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna expend my last 3rd level slot to Vortex Warp. We're gonna put you here and be like, get inside, get inside.
Yep.
I would say that like you wouldn't be able to cast it through the glass as we discussed. You'd be one space
Okay.
out.
Wherever around here. And then, okay, so that's my action. That's my movement. And then I'm going to take a bonus action to... oh, wait, I think I can move my little dude. Hold on. Here. Ah. gonna shoot. 20?
Yeah, that hits.
6 force.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Gil.
Okay, this one's dead.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to count as, because it's large, it's going to count as blocking terrain. So for every space you want to move through it, it's going to count as 3. So, yeah, if you're trying to get outside, you're going to need to dash. It'll be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, just to get to the space next to Cindrix.
Okay.
Okay.
He's like, hey, buddy.
You still have
What the hell's happening?
a shit ton of movement.
You see, I'm just having.
Because you have a 35 base, so 70. You still have 20 feet of movement left if you want to maneuver.
We'll go here.
Okay.
It's like, what's happening, guys? What the hell is that?
Scaring.
Said that it's below.
It's 20 feet off of the sail, so it's just below the rail. If you're not attacking from the railing, it has cover, but you're right there on the railing, so you're fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, it kind of jumped over the sail like a flight, and then it kind of came down,
Right.
grabbed a hold of Cindrix, bursted off in that direction, and then just tossed him, and then kind of spinning about, looking towards you. So it actually watched as Quira did what it did, and its predator eyes are on Quira.
All right. I will do it again to them.
16 will hit.
Perfect.
And once again, I will hit the dexterity save. So 5 and 3, so 5 and 1, so 6. Okay.
Yay.
Anything else?
That's about it.
Cindrix.
I
Besides
think
holding onto the
after.
railing. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I think after just nearly falling into the deep ocean water, he is dashing inside.
Yeah, I was going to say, from your current position, you don't have an LOS. So yeah,
Yeah.
descent is fine. Go ahead and move into Tommel's space.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Angry, still kind of burning with rage. It's going to fly straight at Quira. It's not going to try and grapple you like it did with Cindrix. Instead, it kind of flies up rampant again and goes with its full itinerary. So, bite, claws, and stinger. Claws will hit. Bite will hit. And Stinger will hit. You'll notice that it's attacking recklessly as you kind of watch it fight against you.
If it does more than 19 damage, I'm down.
Yeah, so this might be fun. 9 damage for the first one, 9 damage for the second one, and then the last one will drop you, but I don't think it kills you. What's your maximum hit points?
Oh, 57?
I can't outright kill you. So boom, boom, bam, just kind of splashes you. As it kind of brings the wyvern tail into you, it skewers you and kind of lifts you up a little bit and then just kind of discards you with like a flip. And then its like face kind of starts smelling, and it seems to be kind of following the trail that Cindrix ran off to. That's 5, 10, 20 of my movement.
Why did I think like you're like his face starts smelling, and I'm like, his face smells like stinky cheese, and I'm just like, what is happening?
So it's gonna drop, and it's gonna kind of walk past you two. If you'd like, you could make opportunity attacks for Gil and for Scarin. But Gil, you have a bow drawn, and Scarin, I don't know if you have a melee weapon drawn at all.
Just a staff.
You can swing it.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh,
Ah,
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Nice.
Takes 2 damage as you kind of bonk it. It just kind of seems to like reflectively recoil just a little bit, and then it kind of moves into that space. Its head kind of snaps in like a velociraptor head, looking down the pipe. It looks down at the other wyvern, and you can notice like a sensible kind of like anger on the face of the creature, and then it kind of looks in at Cindrix, and it's kind of like like super pissed. Tommel.
Who doesn't love the position Cindrix just put him in?
Sorry, Tom. He almost put it in the water 2 times. I can't handle it a 3rd time.
I think Tom was gonna make his first action.
Okay.
Mind whip it.
Being on intelligence saves. He knew exactly where to hit him.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, they got a
I
5.
don't have any more cheeseburger.
Okay. So that'll work. And then Mind Whip says can't take reactions. It can only move, attack, or bonus act. Okay. It
And only one of those 3.
is done.
Tobble.
Sarah.
Tom.
Okay, so you said that it acted recklessly, so I
Yes.
don't need. Okay, I have to rage again because during my last turn I wasn't hit or
Yep.
took an action. Rage again. And
Hit.
my turn.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, good damage.
And oh,
Miss. Alright. Quill, you're up. Death saving throw.
Wait, can
You
I
can
see?
also.
Oh, sorry. You could go.
I was just gonna say you can back away for free because he doesn't have reactions.
1 failure.
Wait. Oh, can I have done a thing? Is Kiora 30 feet away from me? Oh no, she's too far away.
Glass
Yeah,
and...
never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
Clear done. Gil up. Bow in hand.
so I can move because you can't take reaction.
Yeah, you can move away from it if you want.
Okay, well.
Okay.
What are we doing, Gil?
Is it on the ground or is it flying?
Yeah, it's grounded. It's moving. It looks like it's trying to move into the space. Yeah.
Nah, bitch. We're dropping the bow and picking up the trident.
Okay.
Alright. And then
Hit. Hit as well.
oh, hold on, I forgot to do the dreadful. Let me see if it'll. It did not. Okay.
Okay.
Hello?
Oh, right, the psychic. Okay. Okay, so it is hit quite a bit. It's been bloody for a little bit, not terribly long. I forgot to mention it when it did pop, but yeah, it's still kind of fighting, festering, slower than before because of the whipping. But yeah, scaring you up.
I will unmute myself, and then I will cast Healing Word. Cure.
Oh, thank you.
And then let's see. All of my spells destroy shit, so I can't use them. I guess use Thorn Whip.
Okay. 10 will miss.
Yeah.
With
Don't put a hole in our boat.
Cindrix.
Okay. I'm in. I have to go up there. It can't move. We can only attack,
I'll be right back.
You can attack, move,
Okay.
or bonus action.
move, or bonus action.
You can't do
Okay.
all 3.
I think he's in that position where, probably get in a position where you can hit it, but can't get to me. Here.
So if you move up to me, I mean, I'm definitely.
Oh
gonna
no,
attack.
no, I'm not. I'm not going up to you. I'm just saying, I'm gonna attack where it can't get, unless it moves.
So you're shooting up at it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's gonna use Scorching Ray again.
Throw him.
Good old. Okay. Going.
Hit. Hit. Hit.
Sweet.
Okay.
That 6 is a 7.
Yeah, no
Oh.
problem. So as you hit it, you watch as it kind of like burns holes through it, and it falls to the deck. The wooden deck of the ship starts to kind of catch flame, as does the sail
Oh.
above it, as it kind of hits the ground, dying and emulating and burning. It's the first time someone's cast Scorching Ray on something that was like on a deck. But yeah, the area around it is on fire, and the sail above it is on fire. So, continuing from it, the Wyvern will be the place marker for the flyer, and I'll start putting the tokens down. For the time being, the Wyvern and the 2 spaces above it are currently emulated. And standing in those spaces will do a d4 damage to anybody who's in it, and it'll take 1d3 turns to spread. Unless they are put out in some way, shape, or form. Tommel.
So it's the entire Wyvern space that is
he
on
just
fire.
hit it with Scorching Ray, which is a pretty massive burst of fire. So, yeah. And then the ship's made out of wood. So, and the sail's made out of, like, cloth material. So, yeah, it's kind of catching pretty easy.
Yep.
Like, literally, like,
It's on.
you didn't listen to what John was saying. John said, oh, all the spells I have destroy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, Cinders just set our boat on fire?
Yeah, while we're in the air,
Well,
in case you were wondering.
Okay. To be fair, he wasn't thinking about it. He was thinking of not.
Oh, wait,
You
hold
know.
on. Sorry, Scorching Ray is weird. It's one of the only fire spells that doesn't say it ignites stuff. So, no, yeah, I apologize.
Oh, but
there is no fire.
but that's not.
Yeah.
But that's not fun.
No,
though.
but it's the way the
Thank
things are
God.
ruled. The way if you click Firebolt, it
It is
specifically
fun.
says
Do you want
it
to end up
ignites
in the
stuff.
water?
Right, like if I had done
Scorching
this,
Ray does not.
Okay.
Yeah, that because if you look at the
No.
description
Oh,
for
yeah.
it specifically says it ignites flammable objects. Firebolt
fire
the same
spreads
way.
around corner, it ignites
I guess.
flammable
Scorching
objects.
Ray
in
doesn't.
there.
Okay.
So I assume it's just like superheated lances, like rays. So what I will
Yeah.
say, for flavor's sake, as you pierce through it, at least one of them pierced a hole in the sail. There's no fire. There's just a hole in the sail above where Sarah stays. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, Tommel had an option to do control flames with his
Yeah.
cantrip.
I knew there were
magic.
ways to
I would
get
have. I
rid of
had
it.
5 feet of flame. I could have extinguished.
I know we
about
have
20.
I know we have firefighters, but I just know that I was like, Scorching Ray doesn't have the text because the text is important.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
the
I didn't-
2 wyvern
didn't
bodies
do-
are left on your ship. And,
John, can I ask you a question?
go ahead.
So I know he was attacking recklessly. How come Thorn Whip didn't hit? Is it because it's a melee spell attack and then a melee weapon attack?
Oh, because I forgot. It's okay. He still died though. I'll just be real. Yeah, it was a 10 and a 17. Sorry. If you see an error like that in the midst of the thing, just call me on my bullshit.
So
But,
it should have hit, right?
yeah, I'm going through
Okay.
a lot here. Like,
No, it's okay. I thought maybe because it was like a melee spell attack, that's why it didn't hit. So I just want a clarification.
yeah, no problem. It's just me being dumb.
Yeah. In the future, I'm gonna come at your ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Get him. Get him.
That's what I need. That's what I need. I mean, yeah, you hear
I
Zach,
did with the piercing damage. I did it right at the
Zach
beginning.
on me all the time.
You did.
Fucking- yeah. So, 2 dead wyverns on your ship. Tommel, as you kind of get to correcting, you'll note that you appear to be going slower, and there are indicators on the ship that you are not terribly familiar with. It seems to be coming from those strange little light dials off to the front with the 3 levers kind of in the middle kind of top there. So basically these indicators are doing something, and then these are kind of indicating as well.
Can I shove through the carcasses to join?
Yeah, and
our
I'm gonna
friend
shout up,
Hummel down there?
Cleara, I think
Yeah.
that might need assistance.
So what you're noticing very quickly is that the ship is, capable of carrying a decent amount, but for some reason these very heavy wyverns seem to be kind of throwing it off. The wyverns, even though they are flight worthy, are quite heavy creatures.
Well, Tomo, we've got extra weight, there's also a little bit of a hole in the sail up there from the battle. I wonder if a casting of mending will repair it. Um,
I think that might work.
okay. I think our strongest
Sorrow.
friend is like attached to the ship though. Can the rest of us
Don't
like
worry, Gil's got this. Gil's got this.
Gil?
Rolls up their
Yeah.
sleeves.
We
Within
could
14
also make an
strength.
early landing. We don't have to stay in the air. Like, we could look for a coastal spot to land and just move them off the ship once we land, right?
Yeah.
Or barrel roll.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So Scarin suggests it, and everybody else would be kind of like, "What?"
Who are you?
No,
No,
as soon
Gil
as
would
he
be
says
like-
it, Tommel and Gil's face both light up together, like,
So you're pretty sure you can either just full barrel roll it and it will throw them, but that would be harder for people to kind of like situate for, especially the non-adventurer types down in the hold. Or you can just tip the ship and use gravity to help you push it off the side, which would probably be easier.
Well, I can grab this one, can I? I can grab this one and then throw it out.
It still
over
weighs
here.
a ton.
Oh yeah.
And I
Two
think like
barrel
your
What if I help?
I think your lift capacity or your drag capacity is like, if it's not, I think it's under 1,000. If it's just at 1,000, I don't think you're strong enough to drag a ton.
I mean, between like Scarin
You
and
could definitely do it, but yeah, again, the work smarter, not harder method would just be tip the ship, let it slide off.
yeah, but
Barrel.
who knows what kind of fucked up shit could happen with that?
No, I'm not going to make any rolls. I'm just saying, if you want to get rid of the corpse, you can get rid of the corpse. That's the easiest method. Like, yeah, I'm not going to require any rolls for any of this. I just,
It's like, psych! Everybody roll dex. See if you fall
Some
the fuck
poor-
off the ship
if
and
you were
die.
really
Right.
barrel rolling, yeah. But I said
Are you
don't
gonna
have
make
to
su-
go full like
Are you gonna make
Griswold.
us roll to see if we drop the carcasses on top of some poor fisherman? Or like some guy who's like importing cabbages or some shit?
I just posted in Magic the Gathering a wyvern weighs about a ton. When I meant to post it here, but because for some reason it switched me into the wrong channel.
It's too much for me. I can't.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's too much for because your strength is what 18.
So it's no, I just
I'm
did the math.
14.
It's way too much.
Yeah. Okay, so the point is
5 points.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to overcomplicate it. If you want to get the
Okay.
wyverns off the ship, the wyverns are off the ship. Final
Alright, cool.
consensus? Yes.
is there anything we can harvest off the wyverns
If you do
before
not
we
have
dump them?
Poisoner's Kit trained, the wyvern poison is absolutely not going to happen. So I don't think anybody here has Poisoner's Kit trained. And then, does anybody have survival or nature?
I have
Yes.
survival trained.
I have
On
survival.
nature.
So wyvern meat is technically dragon meat, but it is not very good.
It's like stringy dragon meat. Like
Very
Oh.
gamey.
gamey.
Like game.
So, okay, dragon meat is like kind of fine cuisine. Wyvern meat, on the other hand, it is
Pardon?
going to require a check to see if it's any good or not.
So it's like bison versus
24 Scarin would let you know that the situation that you have available to you is not beneficial because you're not going to be able to do what needs to be done properly. Wyvern meat is poisonous unless it's smoked and cooked a very specific way. And you do not have the utensils available to you, nor do you know the method because I don't think you have cooked utensils trained.
No.
Tommel, on the other hand,
I also have cooked utensils trained.
but you sucked at survival, so you can't.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't
That's true.
cross-lateral the two methodologies. So Scarin is aware that the poison is meat and it needs to be cooked a certain way, and you're like, okay, that's news to me. So you wouldn't actually have a chance to roll the cook's utensils check. Now, Tommel, do you have survival trained?
I do not.
Okay, so yeah, do you have nature trained?
I do not.
Yeah, so there's no way you would know that a wyvern would be poisonous. You're pretty sure you can cook dragon meat, but you wouldn't know, besides what Scarin has told you, the processes therein.
The general consensus then is let's get rid of this shit. It's
Bash.
useless to us as it is.
Should
as it
we
stands.
Oh,
Should we get the stingers?
one last thing. The survival check being that high from Scarin, the stingers. No. So if you do not have Poisoner's Kit trained and you start fucking with
Okay.
the stingers, you're just going to be taking poison damage every time you mess with them.
Ooh,
I'm just sitting
ooh.
there stabbing myself. Ow! Ow!
It's not about
Ow.
it's not about that. It's also contact. Like the Wyvern's poison
Right,
is some
right.
of the deadliest poison. Like I mean, you played Baldur's Gate 3.
No,
It's
there's not a quest about that.
It's not dangerous at all. So
No.
one other thing. Hold on. I just want to double check something here. Do.
I have thieves tools.
So, if you wanted to, you could, with that survival check, Scarin, you could harvest from both of them enough dragon scale, and it's not full dragon scale, it's wyvern scale, to create hide armor. 2 sets.
Sick.
And
Sure.
the hide armor from a wyvern's side, it is just regular hide armor. But it'll give you resistance to poison damage.
That's neat.
It'll take you a crafting check. So do you have leather workers tools trained?
No.
You can make it untrained since you got the survival check high enough. And you can use tools kind of around about, like in the group. I'm sure that Suyomira has stuff that you could utilize.
Right.
So if you'd like, you can go ahead and make an untrained check with... let's go with wisdom. Okay.
That's my specialty.
No worries. That was a save, though, so we're going to actually cut away
Oh, shit.
4 from that. It's still good.
That's fine.
So,
Okay.
yeah, you're able to craft the 2 sets, and you'll be able to do so in the span of a day. So for the remainder of the next, or for the total of the next day, you'll be crafting if you want to do so.
Busy.
If you just want to craft
Yeah, it's
one,
fine.
you can do it with the remainder of this day, and then just have the other set for later.
Would we know if they sold better as scales or a hide armor?
It'd probably sell better as just the hide instead of making it into an armor. The armor will be useful for you because you can wear hide armor.
Yeah, I'll make 1 set, keep the scales for the rest.
Cool. So go ahead and put that on your sheet. It'll be wyvern hide armor, and in the notation put resistance to poison damage, and then the 1 wyvern scales. Okay. Any other questions regarding anything there? You just kind of tip it, and they fall off into the blue yonder.
Do you want to get rid of the copy wyvern in the deck?
Oh yeah, sure do.
That's all.
I mean, I kind of don't. I was hoping to throw Cindrix off the ship. If I had 10 more feet of movement, he'd be gone.
We had just enough casts of that vortex.
I mean, if
So
I
that
would have used,
his ass.
if I would have used, I was about to use my spell slot to heal myself,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't.
Yeah, that's why I knocked you over.
Heroes. Oh,
But
you're my hero.
I literally
You
almost,
sure?
if I had 10 things have 90 feet fly speed, and I could fly all the way across the ship, grab a hold of him, and just move him right over the fucking sail.
Oh, that. What a drop him in
And
the
then
ocean.
The vortex warps were really annoying. But
I know
No,
that, I know
they're-
that shit
they're-
grates your nerves.
saving grace. Yeah, definitely.
Was
a
it
technique.
more or
Yeah.
less annoying than that mind whip?
The mind whip at the end kind of like, I knew I was dead in that position.
Just like took the wind out of your sails.
Like me as a person, the wyvern didn't. It only has an intelligence of 5, but I knew it was dead. Stupid idiot. So, if you're continuing on to the ruins, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I take a rest?
Yeah, so you're going to be able to get a long rest before you get to the ruins. Because it's still, that was at the end of the day. You still had the last portion of it. So rest.
I have a question. I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Does Zara get to take long rests?
Yeah.
Even though she's plugged in? Okay.
Yeah, so she doesn't have to
Like-
do anything to power it other than be connected to it. Like, there's no effort from Sarah that's going into powering it. Just being connected to it powers it.
Okay.
So are we long resting right now?
In fact, I would note too. Yeah, that's fine. What I would note, Tommel, is I need you to make an Arcana check. because something very important happened during that fight that I need to make sure you are able to kind of catch on. There's
Doubt it.
definitely something off about those indicators, and as you kind of fix them, you kind of get them to right, but you're not sure why they still have like this strange kind of green glowing light on the indicators. Looks like there are two markers, like two green lights that are kind of next to each other, and it looks like there's enough for like 10 of these green lights to glow. There's only 2 of them glowing, and you're kind of like, what's that about? But you don't know for certain, and you probably need some help like trying to figure that out.
Got it.
How do we resolve the negative hit points again?
Roll your hit
Oh.
die.
And also, remove curse can help out.
Yeah, if
That-
you want to pop them at the
which-
beginning of the day or end of
Yeah,
the day.
he's gonna do it at the end of the day.
Okay, so we're
Gonna use it on himself and Scarin and Sorrow.
Okay, so each one of you will roll an additional. So you'll both roll 2 hit dice, add your con modifier, and then remove that much of the penalty that you have currently remaining.
How much of the penalty is left? Because Tom will also can take remove curse if we want more of that for tomorrow.
We're about to find out. So Cindric, you're getting 14 of your negatives back. How much left do you have to kill?
That
Seventeen.
is 9. I have 9 left.
9 remaining for Cindric. So he'll probably do it in a day.
I have
or
8
two.
Yeah.
remaining.
Kill
I
a
have
day
Okay.
or two.
7. No.
A day or two.
Okay, then I'm not gonna worry about it.
Okay. So
Thank
the
you, Johnny.
ruins.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta do that.
Anytime.
See.
The ruins. Does anybody remember how I described them to you?
Real quick, are we just doing the anti-necrotic stuff once?
So you'll only do it once because
Okay.
Cindric's used remove curse on himself. Oh, you said scare.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I said Scarin.
Okay, so you'll do it twice.
Sorrow.
Do another one, John. Okay, and how much do you have left?
That would be it.
Okay, cool. So yeah,
And
And
would I be able to do like regular hit dice to get my current hit points up?
your regular hit points stuff doesn't need to have hit dice repairing because you're getting a long rest, so it'll just go to full.
does that also mean XP?
Okay.
It does mean XP, so the wyverns will be the only thing on the docket for this
Right.
specific. So I'll go ahead and just tell you that. So they were worth 2,300 apiece, and I am adding an ad hoc 400 because of the rage, the mating couple rage. So 5,000 divided by 6 is 834. All right. So, does anybody remember how the ruins were described to you?
No, I do.
Had like the big snake. Wait, that ruin or is it like a different ruin? Had like the big snake way.
This is
The big
this is
or
separate. So this is a place that you
Ah.
didn't go and investigate. So this is off the coast from that position. You kind of wandered past it. Basically, it is a large kind of just natural structure, and there appears to be kind of like a facade, kind of built into the side of it, that has just a very kind of old, ordurous kind of look to it. And there's buildings outside that look like they're kind of falling apart. It looks like a small little settlement or temple complex. And so as you fly to it, looking overhead, it does look like there are kind of broken stone structures. Kuyura, you're immediately able to recognize that this isn't a temple structure. This appears to be some sort of burial motif. Very similar in kind to the cenotaph, but instead of being a large pyramid, instead it's just a cliff face. The cliff face that has the facade on it is kind of back, the rock structure is kind of back to the ocean. And it's kind of built up out of the coast itself. Looking at the facing of it, it looks like a number of trees are kind of growing on the top of the cliff. And you can see the roots kind of burgeoning out of the facade that's been constructed. It's been kind of carved into the cliff face, kind of popping out in weird places like the face that's kind of present here looks like an ordurous like honor guard or warrior, and so like the eyes kind of like broken out and they're like branches kind of hanging out, and then where the door is kind of the mouth of the facade, or the face rather, and there are kind of branches kind of coming down over it, almost forming like a lattice of like smaller roots. Does that make sense? And you're able to park the craft relatively close to the front door, kind of inside of the compound. Or not compound, campus. So let me know what you want to do. There's a map for when you go inside the structure outside, no map.
Beforehand, can you cast aid?
Yeah.
Where we enter through. Yeah.
Oh, that inspiring later.
Mm-hmm. And you'll have assistance.
So
Sweet.
this time it'll be 10.
Whatever it's going to be, yeah. I don't know the math anymore.
My
So it's plus 10.
Yeah, so
1,000 plus 1,000. No, 10.
Plus 1,000, sweet.
10.
9,000.
So it's 10 temp hit
I
points.
can do so many shenanigans with 1,000 hit points.
And
You're
then
so-
and then for aid, we're getting a +5 to our HP max, right?
Correct. And
Yeah,
again,
actually,
Oh,
he's gonna
God.
probably do it. He's probably gonna do it on Sarah and Scarin because he's still really scared that they might. Well, after seeing them die, he's giving it to them now.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
How many
Tommel's
people can you hit
taking
with
a
aid?
mage armor.
Oh, I could do it 2 times,
Oh,
so I could give all of us that.
Okay, so we have 10 hit points, and then Sarin and Skara have +5.
no. Everyone has 10 temporary hit points,
Okay.
and then everyone has +5 to HP maximum
Okay.
and current hit points.
Who has the that little map we found that Scared, do you have it?
I have
Oh.
the scroll of Windwalk.
yeah.
I don't think I have
the map just leads you to this location. It was kind of an Xbox
Yeah.
spot
Oh.
situation.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
you had passed by it enough to kind of get an idea of it as you were moving towards the Serpent Bridge. I had mentioned it just slightly, and then now you can.
Well, didn't we
obviously-
find a bottle?
The bottle had the
I
map.
don't think we
in
ever
it.
saw it.
Yeah, it was just a map with an X on it. It basically had a
Right.
rough map of the northern portion of Ordris, and basically where this is seated is where the X marks the spot was.
Right.
Is there anything historically significant about the facade or any details that we can suss out that might be important?
So it's very much an honor guard's kind of burial site. So you would know that those are usually placed over places of unique importance, such as archives, vaults, or reliquaries that are hidden away. So basically, Ordris, ancient Ordris mentality was if something's important, put it in the ground, like deep in the ground, because there was a pretty strong belief that if it was important to people, it would also be important to the gods, and they kind of wanted to keep it away from them. That's what they would do. They would bury it in the ground in kind of a method to hide it away from not only other humans but also divine powers. So the presumption here is that this was built over something. What that would be, you don't know, but obviously it was important enough for somebody to draw a map and put an X on it.
Cool. And there's no, at least on the surface, any markings that like, I mean, we've seen a lot of like it relates to this.
Well, I would say
humor or whatever, or like
if
that
you're
kind of
approaching,
clue?
the Ordris like iconography is kind of
Mhm.
weathered. It looks like the wind and the rain and the like have kind of weathered it to a point where it's very hard to recognize. Only the biggest and clearest motifs kind of still stand out, and that would be the face of the honor guard. And you can see that it too is broken apart due to the trees that have kind of grown out of it and formed like the lattice mouth. What you do recognize, though, is the lattice mouth looks like it has been cut open. Like there is a passageway that's been cut out of the roots. And you'd also see that there are markings near the door that look strangely familiar. If you are one of the people who was trying to murder someone for having stolen a wand from Cindrix after stabbing him, you can go ahead and make a intelligence check.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
okay. Straight check.
Was that me?
So if you were trying to chase down, oh my God, what's his name or their name?
Asai.
Aside, right? You'll never forget their name, and I love that
Come on.
about it.
I don't even know who that is. That was not me.
Asai
He's a
stabs-
dead man.
So neither of those will succeed, but you do recognize the markings enough to know that they are thieves' cant. Basically, they're indicators that this is some sort of place of importance for thieves. And looking at the map, again, you realize that it being crudely drawn is usually a method to kind of obscure it.
This is in stone.
It looks like it's been carved in the stone, yeah, rather recently. Do you wish to go inside?
This is means worth checking out, right?
Okay. If we're funneling in, do we have a light source besides, well, Cindrix, you don't have any glowing right now, but do you want to
Yeah.
light something?
Yeah, could use light on himself.
Okay.
Oh, can he also, if anybody's attuned to the Crown of Bastion, can Cindrix?
Oh, you could
Attuned
have
to
done
it?
so during the long rest, and like, yeah, you can be attuned
Yeah.
to it. If you're
Okay.
not attuned to
Sweet.
3 other items.
Nope.
Okay.
Just 2.
All right.
It's a little late, but I'm gonna roll that intelligence thing. Sorry, it's
Yeah.
intelligence check.
Okay. So no, you know that you know enough to recognize that they're thieves' markings. You do not know what they mean. That said, Cindrix casts light and kind of moves to have everybody enter in, and I'll go ahead and move you into the front entrance. This map, I believe, is brought to us by, let me double check. I know there's a couple of different maps we're utilizing here from different providers. Suspecto is normally the people I use, and they're great, but I wanted to try a couple of other people. I believe this one is Lone Mapper. Yeah, Lone Mapper. And then a couple of the other ones we get through here are going to be by Stained Carbon, which are also really cool map providers. Anyways, entering into the space, you would see that it is dark. And you can hear the burbling of water and kind of the light chittering of what sounds like animals. Scarin, you would immediately know that there are bats inside of this cave. Directly above you, at a height of about 50 to 70 feet, varying in different locations, there are a number of stalactites that kind of hang from the ceiling. And all about the space, you can see occasional like growths of stalagmites kind of coming up from the ground. Small pool of water. Scarin, just walking up to it, you would know the water is not just water. It seems to have a layer on top of it, which you would know is moon milk, which is an ointment that you can gather if you'd like. And if you don't know what it does, it's actually technically an ingredient, but can be used like an ointment. Moon milk is used during a short rest. It allows you to maximize 1 spent hit dice at the end of a short rest instead of rolling it when gaining hit points. And what I will allow for this is if you use it for the curse, it'll maximize the dice roll instead.
Ooh.
It says it cannot be used in any other recipes.
Yeah, I know. It's again, it's I'm in a transitional period between like
Okay.
what recipes do and what recipes are going to be like. Solasta made me start working towards changing how recipes work, and Baldur's Gate kind of made me think about it even harder. So, in my upcoming, probably never going to be released book, Heroic Options Volume 2, there will be a whole recipe system that's optional, but
Cool.
it's a mess. And I understand it's a mess. And it's fine. There are,
Just to clarify, is this an ingredient or no? It is.
we're going to consider it an ingredient for the purposes
Okay,
of
cool.
this game, yeah. And there are two doses worth.
Do we need any kind of proficiency to gather it?
Not really, no. You're just kind of scumming
Cool.
it off the top. I would say Scarum would be familiar with it enough because the circle that he's a part of kind of keeps caves with it as well.
Moon.
Yeah, we already discussed that you're living in caves, so it makes the most sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Vowel.
Mm-hmm. So, you're at the dungeon, as you like.
Tommel's never allowed to go first, so I don't know.
I don't know why that is.
I mean,
I can see.
I mean, you can go.
Fuck yeah.
not too far.
Wait,
Blood everywhere.
wait.
Whoa! Not too far. Not too
Not
Okay,
too far. What's
okay.
down this way? Can I see anything down here?
Tom will just fucking drunk with.
If you're able to see over here, you'll see that there does appear to be a dead person kind of laying against it.
great.
It looks like their bones are kind of all that remains, but there does look like there is kind of residual meat and
What?
materia kind of present there for all the skeletons you see. You'd also see that there are a number of boxes and crates kind of in the corners of this upper space that look like they have kind of been ransacked and kind of broken apart. Inside
It's like
of
a blood waterfall.
there's just blood on the lip there. It's not a blood waterfall.
But there's here too, and here,
I mean,
and here.
it definitely does look like there are blood patches, but there's no waterfall.
It's a dormant waterfall. Like goes
No.
into an actual
Hey.
waterfall.
If you walk over to it and you want to make an investigation check to kind of figure out what that is, you certainly are welcome to.
I
all
do.
about that.
Yeah, it
It's dirty 20.
looks like someone was kind
No,
of
I'm not trained.
thrown or dropped on that edge and continued to fall off into darkness.
Nope. So the body fall.
Be careful with that ledge. Looks like someone was thrown there and then fell to their
Tommel,
demise.
as you come to the edge that you're on, you see that there is a neat, semi-neat set of stairs that head down into a series of switchbacks, and you can see what looks like a small little cave opening. Near that cave opening, it looks like there are boxes as well that have also been broken open and ramshackled. I'd like for you to go ahead and make a perception check. Okay. You'd also see that there appears to be a small ledge underneath the bridge. It seems to take up the middle of the space. And there's something there. There's just something in the corner there that doesn't look like a rock, but you can't make out exactly what it is, just sitting in the corner space. And Cindrix, you walk up to the corpse. Are you investigating it more particularly?
Yeah, he's seeing if there's any symbols or how long they died, or
Go
if he
ahead.
could determine that. Or
Make a medicine check.
There's so much blood.
So,
14. Sufficient. So what you'll note is that this creature has not been dead for a long time, despite their bones being exposed to the air. What you realize is it appears that their flesh has melted off of their body and is kind of in a slushy kind of material on the stone that has stained it, but still is a bit slick. It's almost like it's like that weird stage between dry and still wet, where it kind of moves with like a certain rigidity. There's like less viscosity to it or more viscosity, whichever one means that it's thicker. And you'd also notice that on the back of the creature's head, there's a massive gaping hole.
That may or
Is
may not
anybody
have
talking
something
about
to do
any of
with it.
this?
So Cindrix is currently just investigating that. Well, Tommel's investigating the stair, and Gil is investigating the blood patches. Cleara, are you investigating the blood patches as well, or did you want to look at something else?
Well, my 20 was for the blood patches.
That's right. Sorry. So yeah, you got the blood patches, and Gil was over there just hanging out, helping. Since Magpie was the one.
I don't have
No worries.
investigation check.
Moral support for the investigation.
Could I?
Yes.
Focusing
Like,
up into
look,
the
it's
two in
it's
the
blood.
focusing up to the two in the middle of the space. So Sarah and Scarin. You were going to say something, John? Go ahead.
Could I fly off and kind of watch Tom, make sure he doesn't fall? Or...
Yeah, well, if you want to fly over to Tommel and just kind of be with him, that's fine. You'll leave Sarah in the middle by herself. So Sarah, you're kind of in the middle space there.
Sarah is AFK.
Oh, sorry. Okay, then we'll talk to Kimmy here in a bit. Okay, so then recycling, going back around, we'll start with Magpie. What do you want to investigate next?
This debris in
Yeah.
the top left.
So all of the boxes and crates and barrels and stuff that are here seem to all have the same marking on it. It looks like a ribbon, like almost like the breast cancer awareness ribbon,
Yeah.
except that instead of being pink, it's checkered. And you've seen this symbol before. It's the checkered scarf symbol.
Yeah. Okay. I think you would kind of announce, hey, this might have been like a thieves' den or like bandit
Yes,
territory.
it looks like the checkered scarves were here, and perhaps were victims of Isai and their people.
Is this one impaled on this pillar?
It is. And looking at it,
Yeah.
I'd like for you to go ahead and make a medicine check.
Sure. But if I don't have a train, can I still
That's
do
fine. Yeah, you're just
Okay.
trying to catch an obvious here. So it doesn't just look like it was impaled on it. It looks like it was slammed onto it, based on the breakage of the spine and the rib cage. It looks like someone boom, hammered them down onto the spike. You'd also notice it looks like in the process, or perhaps before the process, the back of their skull was completely obliterated.
Fatality.
Guys, I think there's something big in here. This guy didn't get up here by himself.
Everyone be on alert for some kind of large creature.
Scarin, as everyone's kind of talking to each other inside of the space, what you're realizing is it's very faint, but very detectable by you, just due to your owl-like nature. And also, I'd say, Tommel, you'd be able to catch this as well with your big floppies. There's not an echo, so to speak, but there definitely seems to be a resonance, like the divide, the kind of canyon in the middle there, seems to be kind of resonating the sound in it. So instead of coming back to you, it seems to just be kind of bouncing inside of that space. That makes sense? To both of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. I understand the mute button. No worries.
No, the mute button doesn't
Like
help
the,
when I nod my fucking head like an idiot.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you show me that beautiful face, then it would.
So is it our voices resonating or things coming
Every
up from it that
sound
are
that's
resonating?
coming out of everybody
Okay.
here, as Clear is saying, everybody stay cautious, you can hear it kind of resonating inside of the canyon.
Okay. Would I be able to fly over to
Yeah,
Cindrix and kind of take a look at what he's looking at?
sure can.
Yeah.
Dead guy?
Do you know what creature? Yeah. Seems like something like bit into the back of the skull, maybe.
Everything that's been explained to him is explained to you.
Okay.
Can I see, like, try to
I don't
determine
have
what
nature
creature did
trained,
it?
so I can't roll that, I bet.
So, without having kind of a metric, you wouldn't know if it was a creature or a person or some sort of spell.
Right.
You definitely wouldn't have any kind of. I don't think either of you would have any kind of method for determining whether it was a creature because none of you have nature trained.
I do.
No, none of
Dara!
them. None of them.
Oh,
But welcome back, and let's go ahead and give you your first round of it. Everybody else was doing other stuff, and you were kind of moving towards the bridge. Did you want to look at anything in particular? If you missed what was going on, I can go ahead and do a really quick synopsis.
No, it's okay. I think
Okay.
I came back when you said the guy was impaled and
Yeah, other stuff. Cool.
it's a yeah.
So you were walking towards the bridge. Did you want to look for anything in particular? Do anything in specific? Anything
No,
you're
I think-
specifically watching out for?
I think I would just be looking to see what everybody else is doing. I
Okay.
don't see any big boxes of treasure or anything interesting around. It looks like a bunch of
Sarah, we may need your help. Can you determine what kind of creature, if any, has done the damage to these victims?
Sure.
Give me a big box of treasure.
I can look. I guess I'll go to this one first.
Okay.
Okay. While that's happening, Tommel is going to try and cast a spell. So I'm going to cast Dancing Lights down into that corner that I couldn't quite see before to see if I can see what's there.
It looks like a bag.
Is the bag
Hey.
moving?
No.
No kidding.
No, it looked like a non-stone object, which you weren't sure what it was. It could have been a body. It could have been a pumpkin.
Creature, yeah.
it could have been a creature.
Vegetation, yeah,
Yeah.
anything. It wasn't the same texture, so I get that.
Yeah,
I'm
and
okay with
once
it.
you got a light on it, it's like bag.
What in the Halloween?
I'm going to
Could have
get
been
the
a
bag.
pumpkin.
Okay, so if you do your little jumpy jumps over there, you kind of hop onto it. You got the bag. Do you open it? It looks like it's cinched pretty tight with kind of neat little tie, efficient little knot.
And it's not moving?
Nope.
Yeah, I'll open it. Why not?
Completely solid black void, which to you as an arcanist would immediately tell you that it is a bag of holding.
Okay.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Ooh, is there stuff in there?
The only way to determine
Probably?
whether it's in there without knowing exactly what's in it is to turn it inside out,
Yep.
which means it'll drop everything that it's carrying out onto the ground.
Which could be but good. Could be bad.
Could be good, could be bad.
Probably not a good place to do it inside of here.
Can you stick your hand into a bag of holding and go like, give me a coin? And if
you
there's a
don't know
coin in there?
exactly what it is, it will not come to
okay.
your hand.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I suppose we can empty that out later and
Yeah, outside. That's an outside job.
okay.
Do you immediately resinge it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, immediately cinch it and store it into my normal pack.
Cool. All right, and then it looks like Gil and Queer are moving up. Tommel, you immediately, as you kind of hop back over and kind of head back to the stairs, get this feeling like you're being watched. As a Haragon, like you have this kind of preternatural sense, like
It's called anxiety.
it's called anxiety, but it's definitely an anxiety that's risen of like the fact that it feels like you are being predated on. Like there is
It's a
creature-
generational anxiety. For
That's where anxiety
constantly
comes
being
from.
preyed upon for
It's
generation
just-
upon generation upon generation.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
21.
As you kind of get up the stairs back to the this flight here, and are kind of looking at them as they're crossing the bridge, you look up into the stalactites, remembering the last time you had like a grouping of stalactites like this before, and you see one that seems to be kind of looming over them that is completely solid black. And as you're staring at it, an eye kind of flitters open for just a second and then snaps shut.
doing right now?
Yells that out.
Like that is like an immediate red flag, right? Because Tomo's usually like, "All right,
Let's go deeper.
let's go
Yeah.
deeper." So
I guess he's gonna.
Kuyura's like head immediately just like immediately just sharply turns to look at Tomo like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And so
Does Tomo give a
Tommel, it's a quick head shake and then
Okay.
a look up at the ceiling, like head nod up, like oh no, it's up there.
a couple of
Okay.
notes before you start heading your direction or heading away. Looking at the direction in front of you, it looks like there is a very large rocky wall. Along the wall, you can see what appear to be very large carvings into it, almost forming a massive glyph or series of glyphs. And it appears to be ancient draconic glyphs. There's a kind of ladder of the stone off to the right side of you, kind of over in this direction. And you're almost certain you can see something kind of looming up on a little ledge over there. All about you in front of this wall with the glyph, you can see that there are bodies similar in kind to the ones we've discussed on the other side. It looks like more numerously so here. And some of them look like they've been scattered, broken, thrown apart. The one identifying marker that you see as you're kind of deciding to whether turn away or continue forward is that all of them on the back of their skull, the back of the skull has been removed. Or the near back to top of the skull has been removed.
Can we? Is there a check
don't get
to
it.
like determine what the fuck that's about?
Well, if you're sticking around, you can certainly go ahead and make it as like an action. That'd be fine. But if you want to turn back away to what the bunny man was saying, you can do that instead.
Well, I look up.
Okay, you don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
If
Okay,
you'd like,
so
you can
I'm
go ahead and make a perception check to try. But again, it's active.
okay. Let me make a Okay, no, I don't see anything.
Cool.
So
Doesn't
I
see
would
anything.
like to look like I would like to use an action to determine what is up with those like missing skull pieces. Is that like
It would be
something
Arcana.
cultural or okay.
Tommel is still
29.
quickly moving towards the door.
So you're familiar with a creature known as the Mind Flayer, colloquially,
Okay,
and
God
more
damn it.
specifically known as an
wait.
illithid. There are multiple variations of illithids that can do this. Neothelids, Oropholions, Ulatharids, even Elderbrains can extract. There's also a creature known as an intellect devourer that can basically replace the brain of a creature and then basically pilot the person or just remove itself instantaneously, killing the person that it put itself into. There are a number of things that devour the brain and break out of it or remove the brain through a created orifice. And yes, we're using the word orifice again because it's my favorite word. That and switchback, which I've used both today. I am very proud of myself. I am happy. It's the best D&D. I just need to say switchback and orifice, and we're like... and you know what would have made it better if I'd fucking thrown Johnny's character off that goddamn sky ship.
You should have never told him that you've never died before. 'Cause
Yeah.
Oh, see, now
it's
it
a
seems
target on my
intentional.
back.
Now it seems intentional. No, it was certainly just because you murdered the mating pair. Whoever did it was the target.
Oh yeah.
But
Everyone gets their
But-
turn.
do you two wish to turn
I
away?
would I would like to say, we got brain things. We should probably get the fuck out of here.
That's what I was saying.
Okay,
Gil, let's go.
Thanks.
Okay, I don't like brain things. Let's go.
Gil, in the back of your head, you hear a voice that is not yours say, "But we have treasure."
Oh,
Oh,
God damn it!
Uh,
Of course you picked Gil.
Of course I picked Gil.
And so he's like,
Queer, as you see Gil kind of confused face, I need you to make just a good old-fashioned Arcana check. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Okay.
27.
So based on what you're thinking about and based on where your brain is going, you know if that they are here or they are around you. They have the ability to detect surface thoughts at will. All of them. All of the things I said. All the big words that I used, they can all just detect surface thoughts at will. So it's probably the case that they are aware of what you've been thinking, just on the top of your heads, and everybody else in your group as well. That's not really something that's explored in the video again.
And I'm pretty sure that I saw, when I was up on top of the blood body waterfall thing, I swear I saw some sort of treasure chest here.
You might have, yeah.
Do I, from my Arcana check, was my Arcana check on Gil?
No. Just on like the reaction.
Just
that
like
Gil
on
had.
the nature of.
You
Okay.
saw Gil kind of, and then you were thinking about the thing you were thinking about.
Okay. Can we just keep moving?
Yep.
Okay.
Tommel, as you kind of see them kind of approaching and everybody kind of makes their way out, you kind of look back into the darkness and you see this red eye kind of like flash and then seal shut. No one else sees it. It is a singular red eye, probably about the size of your head.
Okay, but guys, I'm pretty sure there's treasure.
And to put it in perspective for you as a veteran D&D player, it looks about the size of a roper's central eye.
Yep.
A roper. Oh, that sounds.
Oh, it's not a roper.
No. No. Mm.
No, it's not. Is it cool?
It'll be great
it's
if
cool
you get
looking,
to deal
though.
with it. Yeah, it'll be a lot cooler when we get to it, if we get to it. So you go outside, back into the environment, not onto the ship, because opening a bag of holding contents you don't know of out on your ship would probably not be the smartest plan. Are you wishing to open the bag of holding and deposit its contents onto the floor?
Yes.
Okay. In doing so, the bag kind of lifts up a bit and kind of juts to the size of the cubic volume that dispenses. And
It's full of mind flares.
what drops out is treasure. Lots and lots of treasure. The treasure that you drop out appears to be mostly like older coinage. And looking at it, it appears to be mostly silver and brass or copper, kind of older coins. The earlier traditions of Ordris, gold was very, very rare, but there does appear to be some present here. The only things that stand out as kind of like is 3 D100 rolls.
Okay.
I want one.
And also a crown. The crown,
A crown?
The crown is made out of wrought iron, so it's kind of a burnished black, and it appears to be very much a crude representation of the crown of the Storm Herald.
Detect magic?
Almost like an
Yeah.
evil version of it, yeah.
Oh.
The crown, gloves, and whatever the 3 items we're just about to get here, I need one more D100, are about to get will be.
I got the last one. Hold on.
Go with it.
73, 40, and 25.
Okay. With the 73, I'm going to give you an option. Go with what you rolled, or go with something interesting.
Interesting.
All right. The device that pops out, you would recognize as something that's very much an item from Penford. It appears to be some sort of firearm.
Ooh.
But it appears to be very, very much more technologically advanced than firearms you've seen prior. The artificer would recognize this as an automatic pistol.
Oh shit!
Oh, it's actual. I thought it was like an actual firearm, not like.
An arm made out of fire.
Yeah. I was like, what?
That's adorable.
Gain inspiration for Cindric's brain. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
And
fucking firearm.
oh, holy shit! I just realized.
Johnny went full fucking method.
I just realized this. Elizabeth just dissed Johnny so hard, or gave him the best compliment of all time. Johnny is
Okay,
Brent
what is
and Jonah combined.
Oh no.
Stupid luck from Jonah. and then falling for breakfast.
No, I think Johnny, Brent, and Jonah are like a sacred triumvirate.
No. I need the all paladin.
We can't let them all show up in the same place.
Paladin
Or like,
I think it would be those three plus Chad plus like I don't know, maybe like either Gijo, Zach, or like maybe Andy, just like as a person who's not insane. Like,
you mean a driver?
Yeah.
That fucking insane clown car you're putting together.
basically
Jesus Christ.
a carer is
Psychological
like I think would be
DP.
like, okay,
Everything burns. Nothing stays up. Everything burns.
A mom
Every town,
to make
Plus
person,
evil.
every
a
piece
mom
of
to bring the
plant,
chicken
it all
nuggies.
burns.
Arnold
basically.
Schwarzenegger from
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop. Okay, so we got the 40. The firearm looks like it is fully loaded, by the way. So if you are an artificer, you would know it is an automatic pistol, which should be in the compendium. 15 shots, 2d6 piercing damage, weighs 3 pounds, range 50/150. Reload after 15 shots are fired, but it has a full clip, but no other bullets are available. Then the 40 is on table F. It is a very interesting looking hat that has a checkered scarf kind of wrapped around the top of it, around the around the top, the head of it. It's kind of wide brimmed, and if you are identifying these, the pistol is a +1 pistol, so it's a magic pistol, and the hat is a hat of disguise. And then the 25. A pair of boots drop out. These all work really well because they're roguish. They look like they're elvish made boots, specifically drow made boots, but elvish boots of elven kind, nonetheless, after identifying it. And if you aren't familiar with boots of elven kind, they just mean that they give you advantage on your stealth checks in relation to not being heard. But
They go for wings.
yeah. So that's a great question. Let's look at boots of elvenkind and read them.
When you wear these boots, your steps make no sound
Steps.
regardless of the surface you are moving across. If you have advantage on dexterity, you also have advantage on dexterity stealth checks that rely on moving silently.
Yeah.
Useless.
So you get
No,
the
no.
advantage either way. If you're moving silently, if you have the boots on, you get
If
the
you're
advantage
flying
on the roll.
silently, yeah, you would be able to get the advantage on that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and they don't require attunement, the boots, I don't think.
They do not.
And
They're
neither does
just
the
a wondrous
pistol.
item for your feet.
The hat does, I think.
Double checking.
Iken has boots.
Hat of Disguise does require attunement.
Okay.
You can cast Disguise Self at will.
All right. And the crown, it is identified. When you identify it, the only signifier that you're able to kind of detect are two things. First off, the name of it, and second off, the just kind of overlaying attribute and the fact that it has underlying attributes that require legend lore to be able to figure out what they do. The crown is known as Dax Shard.
Neat.
Does that
The attribute it gives you while wearing it and while attuned to it is resistance to psychic damage.
Oh.
And it either has a blessing or a curse on it. There is underlying
I'm a pretty
magic that
soft
is present.
princess.
Yeah.
we have remove curse? Someone want to pop that shit on?
Will it absorb the curse?
No,
Or the
no.
blessing?
So when you cast remove curse on an item, it doesn't remove the curse from the item.
It just kicks the item off the
It's just-
person.
Right.
It's like an eject
Oh, I
button
see
for
what
said
you're
item. The
saying. Okay,
item stays cursed, but it gets kicked off that person and the curse is removed. The item just stays cursed. So if somebody else immediately puts it on, we have to cast remove curse again to pop it off.
Best way to
If there's
describe
some
it.
kind of
Keep yellow away
comical...
from
Best way to
it.
describe it: you take a VHS that's going to melt your VHS machine into the VHS machine, and before it pops, you're able to kind of click it out. This is not going to make sense to Johnny because he has no idea.
I know what a
Aw.
VG. I have plenty of VG. I have a collection of VG. VH.
You can't
You can't even say it. You
No, I can't even
say it.
Yeah, okay, bud.
Okay,
It's
wait a second. I'll be
Alright.
back.
Don't
Hold
even try
on.
and figure out what it
Come back
is.
with a stack of VHSs.
It's just like one
Bunch of those
DVD.
fucking plastic clamshell bullshit cases.
Oh man, if he watches
Oh
old
my
films,
god,
that's
those are
awesome.
so aggravating.
Oh, I love everything about VHS, other than the quality.
Yeah.
Other
Better
than
than that.
using it.
No,
That
no,
and
no.
like the
Using it's
scaring
fun.
white noise.
Fun?
Like, remember falling asleep to watching a movie
yeah.
and then you get like woken up by like the god awful shriek
'Cause, like,
of the white noise?
The end of
Does
it
not
doesn't have
outweigh the amount of frustrating times you popped in a tape and that shit was not
Look at
rewound.
him.
Oh,
my
God.
Just
That is the
Okay.
I have
worst.
Had
What
that.
is
Pocahontas
it?
Fucking
too. I have
crime.
one. I have
Yeah.
Lion King. I have Beauty
Oh
and the
my
Beast.
god, and they're Disney.
Oh, I
And I
love
have
it.
a cassette.
Wait a
And I have a
minute.
cassette tapes too.
Wait, is
Why
that thing
did you
older
grab
than you?
fucking Disney
Yeah.
films?
That
Is
is
it-
so
It's not,
wholesome.
it's not this game that does the Disney things. It's the Friday game that does the Disney things.
Do they do Disney things?
Yeah, we keep
They
on
do
like
Disney.
trying to draw the ire of Disney by like doing references to Disney shows.
Oh no.
And I keep trying to pull them away from that to like
Well, now
One Piece references,
it's-
and they just keep fucking it up.
It's bled into this game now.
Yeah.
Who's
Oh god,
spearheading the
Yeah.
Disney
it
stuff?
is Jonah. It's Jonah. So Johnny is Jonah and Brent Fusion.
No, no.
You, Jin, ha.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Hold on. Another factor. Citrix wants to burn stuff, and Brent wants to burn all the villages.
Yeah.
God damn it.
All of them.
Oh my god.
Okay. Focus
Oh
up.
no.
You've got the pile of shit. The treasure in question. There's artifacts, art pieces, and the like, and there's gold and coinage. As far as coinage is concerned, it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 10,000 copper pieces, probably about 1,200 silver pieces, and 500 gold pieces. And then in art pieces that are inside of this space, it's probably a collection of about 50 items with
shit.
a worth of
Ooh.
about 2,000 gold.
Oh shit.
And I'll get a list of what the items are
Gil
and
is
get
all
them to
over
you
that shit.
when it comes to a point of selling them. But if you just want to stuff it all back in the bag, it seems that it has been filled to the brim, so it can't carry anything else.
Against all reason, I think I want Gil to have that gun.
Yeah, I already put it on my sheet.
Just as a heads up, you are not proficient with pistols, which means you won't gain your
Aw, man.
proficiency bonus to attack rolls
Okay.
with it.
Yeah.
I have a
Let me
qu-
update
I have a question.
that.
Yeah.
Could Gil like train to become proficient?
There's a feat that gives you proficiency, and there's also
Oh, there's a
training
feat.
that can
Okay.
happen too, but Ordris doesn't have any firearms trainers.
Okay.
You'd have to find one outside of the city.
Man.
Okay. So you have the treasure. Is there really any reason to go back in there?
No.
Fuck all of that
Talk.
space
None.
inside of there. We're flying off and
I will
telling
say
the
that-
guild about
I
that.
will say this, Gil. There was treasure in that corner. You did see what you saw.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was a
Right.
there
Oh,
was
what
a
is-
boots.
Yeah.
there was
there's-
a passageway that led into a dark hallway, and you didn't
I
investigate
did
that
see
either.
that. I did see that. But
And there's a river beneath you. And sorry, one more last thing. On the other side of the bridge, on the right side of it, the walk continues off map. It just continues as a cliff walk all the way into darkness, kind of further into the mountain stride. So there's a lot of space in there that hasn't been explored, if you want to do it. But you
but
don't
I
have
have
to.
my
And there
shooty,
was-
shooty bang bang pistol and my brain.
Yeah.
There's no reason why we couldn't come back.
You really only
Yeah, we
Yes.
will come back later.
if you
You
think
know,
about it
we're-
though, Gil,
We're
you,
stronger.
you really only need the gun. Like, you don't really use the brain that much, so you're good.
This is true.
See?
This is true.
YOLO, get in
Sad.
there.
Yellow.
Yeah.
No, Gil. No, no.
All right, all right, all
Don't
right.
bend the bill.
Put him in there, coach.
It's like the equalizer, but with elephant.
Who said they were illithids? Nobody
Really,
said.
John?
You don't really have proof of that. Like that's slander.
No, but literally everybody's
Slander.
missing their brain, and I don't. Listen, Gil knows
Let's
nothing. He just knows that Tommel doesn't want to go in there, and usually they're both like, "Yeah, let's do that."
I will explain this based on what you understand, Queera. This is definitely not like a bad treasure haul, but if this is a reliquary, there's also historical importance somewhere inside of this space. Like just in the physical presence of the building or structure that's present there.
Gil does want to come back.
If it is a lore depository, there's knowledge in here as well.
Well,
Attempt
of
goes so
course.
hard to go back.
That's what
I did
Gil
my-
wants.
Bill Clinton, there's knowledge in there. You gotta get the knowledge.
Oh God.
No.
Well, of course, we will have to make a report to the council, and
Scaredy cats.
we will return with greater preparation.
A bunch of chickens.
I agree.
Yes.
AKA not negative hit points.
Okay.
Yes, good
Do
point.
have a flying ship.
Yeah,
We
that's
do.
right.
You can come back at any time.
So we're going out and onto the ship and heading back to the city. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then I need I just need one d20 roll for the random encounter fun times.
Not it.
Okay. Since you're close enough to the city, you will be encountered, but you're not encountered by hostiles. Scaran, you would immediately recognize that your ship is basically being swarmed by members of the Circle in the forms of giant eagles, as they basically ride out to kind of greet you. At first, it seems like they are on their prowl, ready to attack you because they're not certain what you are. But Scaran immediately gives signature that identifies you as members of the Circle, or at least liked by the Circle. And the ship is eventually kind of taken inwards. One of the giant eagles lands on the ship and then shifts into druid form. The druid
So don't pet it. Okay.
The druid in question is a kind of higher ranking member of the Circle that you'd be aware of, Scaran. And kind of like an advisor to the member of the Circle that is on the council. So very interesting that this individual is the one kind of greeting you out here afield. He is... Got to go to my notes. He is...
Does he know the secret handshake?
He does. He doesn't know the secret handshake. He is a halfling.
Okay.
He is specifically a riverfolk halfling. His hair is kind of dyed green. And as he's shifted form, he's not wearing too terribly much more than like a cloak. His chest is bare-chested, and he's wearing kind of fur-lined pants and really cool shoes.
He's wearing shoes.
Yeah, they kind of have like that up swirl at the tip, and then it looks like they're, instead of being like bangles at the end of them, like goofy jester shoes or whatever, instead there's a series of small little kind of like naturey looking charms that kind of hang from the up curled tips of the shoes. The individual in question's name is, hold on a second here, Broko, B-R-O-K-O, because it's the name I saw on Baldur's Gate and I liked it.
Broko.
And he's known as Broko the Letter. And he would say, Scaran, you and your accompaniment of members of the Restoration League are here.
Yes.
What is this that we stand upon?
And that's funny.
Oh, we need to name it. Gil is literally just like,
Oh, we need
literally
to
just
name
shouted that.
So we actually found this up above. I just want to say the air temple.
Well, I have
I
an
forgot.
advisement for you. I know that you are on
Yeah.
league business and wish to seek solace in the Citadel. I would advise you to try and stay far away and astride of members of the council at this time.
Why is that?
There is a bit of political unrest at current.
Okay. What happened?
The member of the council looks over to Sarah, kind of chained to the machine, but far enough away that she may not be able to hear.
That's kind of awkward.
He says, Taryn Ordrick has been assassinated.
Oh.
Is that her dad?
Yeah.
Oh.
Trying to
He'll
figure
kind
out
of put
if
his
I'm-
hand over his mouth and then look towards Sarah and over
Oh!
his beak. Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
Pardon me.
Yeah, ow.
And just kind of look over and be like, any idea what happened? Who it was? What happened?
There is a pretty solid understanding that the culprit has been caught. An assassin that works for a rogue group known as the Fellhoods. The individual's name is Asai. He is currently being held in a prison beneath the keep. I'm sorry, rather, I apologize. They are being held beneath the keep.
That bitch.
Yeah, they do kind of get around doing bad shit.
We should have tried harder to find him.
It is not something I was aware you were aware of, but they are being held. They have been questioned as of the current time. They deny being involved in the assassination. However, there are a number of witnesses who have seen that they were on site, and it was their weapon that was found at the scene, along with a number of items that can be potentially tracked back to them.
What was the weapon? Was it a...
It was a dagger. There was also two items that we are still looking into, a wand and a cloak.
So, about the wand,
It was a
that was the reason we were looking for him.
It was a simple trinket, wand of the war mage, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
That belonged
He-
in to point out of where it's Cindrix. He stole it from him over back on the first island we were investigating. That's why we were looking for him in the first place when we first came back to town. But did not find him. And I wish we did.
Well, they are being held in the prison, in the dungeons. If you wish to engage with them, I suppose you might want to treat with the council. But at current, they are in deliberations and probably will not be able to receive too many guests. You might also try to pull some strings with the circle. I know that they have some friends amongst the watch, and if you have any friends in the watch, you might just want to directly go to them instead.
Right.
Well,
That's good to know.
I will lead you to where you'll be landing this contraption, if you will follow my lead.
Yep, lead the way.
Kind of runs towards the front, sprouts wings, turns into a giant eagle, flies off the ship, and kind of sails down towards the city of Ordris. As you follow behind, Tommel kind of like just bring it in. Tommel, I need you to make an Arcana check, as you have gained the privilege of being able to make an Arcana check while trying to pilot this thing instead of just straight intelligence. A 10?
Can I help? Is it too late?
I would say
unless somebody wants to throw inspiration.
I would say the
but-
landing is very much specifically a one-person job.
Okay.
And Tommel's kind of.
I have
taking the role.
inspiration.
If you want to spend it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll spend it.
So, Tommel, with Queer kind of giving guidance over your shoulder, not really being able to kind of muster in on the wheel, the two of you kind of work towards landing the craft as Gil sits in the sub portion on the kind of elevated chair, watching down, kind of giving acknowledgement up through Sarah to you to kind of make sure you land it perfectly. I'm assuming you did not tell Sarah before the landing about what has transpired. Once the ship is landed and everyone's awkwardly kind of set it to place, just tell me how it goes down. Sarah, you feel like the ship
Did I
is...
overhear it, or did only Scarin hear it?
I'm pretty sure everybody besides
It was
Sarah...
everybody but.
mean,
assuming he kind of
Gil
turned into a
would
person and
volunteer.
came down to where everybody was inside the bridge.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. What am I saying? Sorry, make a perception check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, were you paying attention to the person who just landed on your ship or no?
I was probably looking.
Yeah, so if you were focused on them, you have advantage. You can hear everything on the ship. So, yeah, you overheard everything that was said.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Oh no!
I forgot about that.
I did not.
So
I forgot
once
about that.
I didn't, but once they land, I think Gil would like go and check on her.
I
Yeah.
think when she heard it, she probably would have turned away so no one can see her and start to cry.
No.
Kind of holding onto the rails at the back of the ship, kind of crying over it as you land on the keep on a designated point for aircrafts, air sky ships and the like. Gil, you come up behind her,
Yeah.
her still kind of tethered to the ship. Sarah, at this point, the ship has landed. You can kind of just willingly force them off of you or keep them bound to you if you wish.
No, I would like rip them off and.
Do you think you would get angry before you rip them off?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Tommel and Quira, as you're landing it and kind of like putting it down, you would notice that indicator, whatever it was, the third green light kind of shines on.
Oh. Makes her angry, get more power.
She raged twice.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Okay.
Rage battery!
Bonus action rage. Ship go fast.
I mean, the ship was built for a storm herald, so yeah.
God.
Oh,
But Gil,
no.
your interaction, I don't want to ruin it for you. You walk up behind Sarah.
Yeah, and like, so like as he's approaching, she's like ripping the,
Well, they just kind of pop
bars
off
off?
of her. Yeah, they just.
or they just popped off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think like for once, I don't think he would say a whole lot. Like, I think he would just kind of stand there and like try and gauge like what she needs. Like, does she need a hug? Does she just need him to stand there? Does she need to hit someone? Like, he's just like, all right, I'm ready. Like, I'm what do you need? Like, he's just trying to figure out like how to comfort in a way that works for her.
She would be angry, so as soon as it hits the ground, she would kind of turn and say, "I'm gonna kill him."
Stridently.
And head, yeah,
Leaving
and
the ship.
want to head towards the gun.
I mean, Sarah. I mean, yeah, but wait. Okay, like he's literally just like running after her at this
Sarah,
point.
you are very familiar with the keep. You would know exactly where you need to go to get to the prison cells. You're absolutely welcome to go that way if you wish. As I switch to something a little bit more tense. Because obviously we're in a tense situation.
More
love
chanting.
it. We love it. We love it. Okay, so you head down into the bowels of the keep, and you make your way into the prison. It's a very simple setup. It is kind of a core room where the guards are located, like a break room and kind of just, armory. And then it is a double secured door that leads into a long hallway with a number of different cells kind of built into the stone. And then there is another break with a double door that leads into a set of 6 more cells beyond the kind of like 40, 20 and 20 that hold like more common prisoners. The 6 in the back are more secure and are held kind of shut with adamantine bars, more solid structuring, and also wardings to protect from scrying inwards, magics that would kind of be cast to allow for communication out or in, and also to bar teleportation in or out. You would enter into the space where the guards are. The guards would look to you.
Quira would definitely be running.
Everybody's
like, right
trailing.
behind her.
Who's not
Okay,
trailing
like
after
trailing.
Zara? If
I mean,
you're-
Gil's like on her heel, but like
Right.
he stopped
Yeah.
talking now. He's just following her.
Tommel, would you be on the ship and keeping to that, or would you be kind of chasing after the group?
If I feel like Tom would be taking care of the ship.
Okay, go ahead and make another free Arcana check since the thing pinged again, and you might kind of be able to pick it out this time. Yeah, so at this point, that Arcana roll that you just made, you would figure that her emotional state seems to be charging something in the ship. You're not sure whether it's like an isolated battery that allows for the ship to be kind of utilized without her attached to it, or if it's something else. And so at this point, you know that her being angry or kind of emotionally tilted will create this kind of rise in it. It looks like there's 7 more charges until the battery is full, and then you might be able to determine what it is. Unless you want to spend inspiration and figure it out now.
I don't have it to spend.
Okay. Leaving it open for a second. And moving right along.
Should I use? I have one if you want it.
I have
That's
one
up
too.
to you. It's worth figuring it out right now.
That's up to you. Use it.
Okay.
Okay. So then what you would know is this charge, these devices that seem to be charging here, they seem to be very, very special arcane implements, which you would have some knowledge of, with a 28 being really close to what you actually need to be able to utilize it, because they are very rare, but since it was a natural 20, I'm going to go ahead and give you some information regarding it. This vessel...
Does this count as lore?
It does.
So then I also have to count my proficiency bonus
A second
doubled.
thing? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
Then you
that
got
brings
it.
it from 28 to a 31. I'm
This
sorry.
This is a device that has a Spelljammer helm inside of it, and that powering device seems to be powering the helm. The helm in question seems to be quite potent from what you can tell. However, it does seem to be a bit underpowered at current. I would say 7 more stages of powering are required to kind of get it to a point where it can do the thing. It also seems to you that unlike a normal Spelljammer helm, from what you have been able to kind of understand from study, this doesn't have a set kind of control mechanism. You can't just go wherever you want. It seems to have a destination. But based on how it works, you cannot find out what that destination is without
Till you try
powering it and hitting the button.
Yep.
It goes somewhere. Somewhere not here. Somewhere else.
Cool.
Plane of Earth,
That's
maybe?
awesome.
So what I'm hearing is the second that last light lights up,
You
Tom
can
will
push
push
the-
in the button.
You can push the button.
And if he doesn't do it, Gil will.
There will be multiple hands on the buttons for sure.
Yeah.
Did you hit it hard enough? Maybe we should try it again.
One more time.
No, this is not the song I wanted. I wanted Knives. Hold on. We're going for tense, so I'm trying to get the right music here. On Knife's Edge. Alright. You stride into the space, Sarah. You look to the guards. They say, Lady Ordric, can we assist you with something? And they
Yes,
all
I'd
look
like.
they all look anxious.
Yes, I want to see the prisoner.
It is your right. We will let you know that you will not be allowed inside of their cell. But you can speak with them through the bars. Is this sufficient?
Not really, but I'll take what I can get.
We will lead you in. 2 guards go with you. They look to the others, and they stop for a second, realizing you have an entourage. If you wish to bring them, we can allow for 2.
Gil's already up her butt. Just
And the guards kind of see that, kind of stopping you, look to Sarah. They would say, we can allow for 2, no more.
Garen will go back to the ship.
Yeah, you can't just have a whole ass people like
Wow.
who's gonna murder all these
Wow.
guards enter into the deep
I mean,
cell.
Quayura, Quayura is not as, sticky as Gil, but she's definitely kind of trying to impose the weight of her
position.
Yeah, her body and her position.
Not just her physical presence, but also she's your boss.
Both, yeah.
Well, I think it would be Queera anyway, because Queera helped her get into the...
So Queera and Gil, is that your two?
Yeah.
Okay. Cindrix, you kind of stand there in the guard's room, and the other three enter into the space. Scarin, you said you headed back to the ship, and I'm sure Tommel would probably tell you all about what he's figured out.
You don't fucking spelljammer, dude! You don't understand? We get the spell. Sorry.
You head into the space. When you make it to the back cells, like I said, adamantine bars, and you can see the markings on the bars all throughout. Old heraldic magic that appears to be present, capable of stopping entry into the cell, exit out of the cell through magical means, scrying and the like. You're looking through the bars, and you can see there's this kind of wavy lines in between the bars that you would know is kind of a magical barrier that's kind of present, Queera. Others wouldn't be able to see it as much, but it's still physically lingering there. It's such potent magic. And this is old stuff that was created to kind of keep aggressors during the War of Sword and Serpent bound here, like the abominations that were created by the dragon kind, demons and the like. So, you would see behind the bars, Asai sitting on a wooden kind of bench hanging from the wall by chains, right? It looks like they have been kind of roughed up a bit, and they just have their hands kind of crossed in front of their legs, elbows on their knees, and just head kind of down. They don't even seem to notice that you've entered into the space or really aren't paying attention.
So, like, if I try to grab the bars, like, I can't even touch the bars,
You touch the bars.
Okay. So she would walk straight up to the bars and, like, grab them.
Mm-hmm.
Coward.
Yeah, and you would notice something very strange. When you grab them and, like, try to shake them to make noise, they don't. There's no sound that seems to emanate from them. There's no metal jostling. They don't move. They're, like, very firmly placed there. And also, like, there's no amount of strength that you could possess that would allow them to kind of rattle. So you grab them and kind of lean in and say, "Coward." Asai would look up. Do your worst. I'm not guilty of the crime I'm being accused of. And I understand that coming from me means nothing. Why would you believe me? But at this point, why would I lie?
A snake would slither in any hole to save its skin.
Speaking of snakes, is the serpent still salty about the wound?
You've got a lot of nerve.
Oh, yes. That's all I've got. They've beaten the rest out of me.
Why, my father?
I didn't kill your father, so I would not know the reason for it. But based on them trying to position it on a very well-known murderer, the presumption I have is that there's political motivations involved. I'm assuming that you didn't think too hard about this before you came down here. You just wished to get revenge on me for a perceived slight and also a known slight. I did do the thing against your friend. And again, I apologize for that. It's just that when opportunity strikes, I have been known to be very opportunistic. If someone did pay me for the job in killing your father, I would have done it. And I would have done it correctly, with no things left behind. Did you ask the guards about that? Or no?
She's not going to answer.
Pretty interesting that the specific items that would tie it right to me were found. How they got out of my abode, I'm not 100% certain, but it would have to be somebody in the Fellhoods in league with your father's killer's hirer, employer. I've been thinking about it a lot for the last couple of days. But my execution is on the Day of Dan. But 2 nights from now. The last day of the 6th day, yeah. So 2 days away. Well, 2 nights away. So today, tomorrow, and the next day.
Not soon enough.
Well, I appreciate your candor, but I understand you to be an individual who seeks out the truth, be it historic or otherwise, based on your position in the League. Is that an accurate assumption, or have I gotten you all wrong?
She's gonna look at Clea like, we have no reason to believe you. We tried to trust you before, and you literally stabbed us in the back.
True, but I do ask you this. When I did stab you in the back, did I make it possible for you to catch me? Even when you and your folly-filled group of investigators just bumbled around in the streets of my city? Did I give it any chance for you to find me? No. Why would I do that and not do something equally as cunning in such a big job as this? The items that they found were specifically capable of being tied to me. And again, my compatriots are the only people I can think of who would have been able to access that material.
A betrayer betrayed, then.
It's the life I lead. It is not the first time it's happened. It may be the last, depending. If you are able to find the real killer before my time
Who is it? Who is it that has accused you?
So I have been accused by 2 members of the council. One who says they saw me do it, and another who believes that I was hired by another member of the council, not the one who identified me, sure enough. The only 2 parties that are neutral in the matter and have yet to come to a full decision, well, unsurprisingly, are the leader of the Circle and the master of the Laborers Guild. The master of the guard feels that I am, of course, the one who did it, and the one who says they saw me is your leader, the master of the League.
Oh no.
And then, of course, the 5th member is dead. My condolences, by the way. I know they don't mean much, the current state of things, but if the truth does come to light, I hope you will take some recollection of the fact that I gave you those condolences nonetheless.
She's gonna look at Clea.
If the master of the League has accused you
Says they saw me do it.
and bears witness against you,
Hmm.
I see no reason to doubt.
Well, then perhaps your father's killer will never truly be found. If that's all, I would prefer quiet than your bumbling about.
I'll just rile her up more. She'll shake the bars, even though she knows that
Nothing
they don't make a
happens.
sound or nothing. But she's just mad.
She's like, oh!
Yeah.
Sarah, in that moment, I'm going to have you make an insight check with advantage.
Okay.
Okay. With an 18, you're shaking the bars. You're showing like a full display of anger and rage. Like you are not letting back. You want to get through these bars and just rip Asai's face off. Like as you're looking at them, though, what you're realizing is they're not smiling and like laughing at you as they've had kind of this play about them up until this point. They are not showing fear. They are not scared. Instead, there's this just look on their face of pity, looking at you. Like they are genuinely showing a face of sadness for you. As you continue to just fecklessly rage against the bars.
Gil is gonna place a hand on Sarah's shoulder, like he's just kind of absorbing all of this information and letting it like stew in his brain.
There are 2 guards in this space. There's one who's kind of centered in the middle who was there when you walked in, and then there's the guard that led you in. The guard that led you in kind of walks over to Queera and kind of says, a moment, and kind of gestures for you to kind of come off to the side.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, if the daughter of the victim wishes to get her hands on this culprit, I'd be more than willing to take a bribe in this instance and allow you access to them for a time. No one has to know.
That will not be necessary at this time. Don't worry.
Offer still on the table if you change your mind.
All right.
And that's happening while, Gil, you're comforting Sarah.
Yeah.
And Sarah, do you kind of stop raging and let yourself be comforted, or you just keep on slamming against the bars?
She sees it's worthless. After Gil touches her, she wants to cry, but doesn't want Asai to see her, so she's gonna stop and turn away.
Yeah, but you definitely, this is a bit of interesting interplay. Go ahead and make a deception roll.
Okay.
Gil would also kind of move to place himself between
Okay.
the bars and Sarah.
So with a 17, what you notice is you want to cry, and you know that you're about to. And you kind of like stymie it, kind of hold back. But you are aware that Asai has read you. You are a smart enough individual to know that Asai is really good at people. And so when you kind of like pull away, that look of like pity, that look of like genuine like empathy for someone that Asai has displayed while you were raging just sits with them. And you can almost see like them kind of on the verge of crying themselves.
Aww. It has feelings.
And so you kind of pull away, move to Gil. Queer, you come back, the guard kind of like shifts off to the side, staying away from you as you kind of reconvene.
Sarah, Gil, we should move away and take a moment of respite. Come.
Yeah.
So as you're kind of moving away from are you leaving the room?
I would
Yeah.
motion for them to leave.
Like
yeah.
go back
So
upstairs.
as you're about to head out, Asai kind of gets up and moves closer to the bars and yells after you. And specifically says, "Red in line." And the guards kind of look at him, annoyed, both of them at the same time. And then they kind of just back into the prison again after saying "red in line."
Okay.
And
Queera makes eye contact with Asai, like,
and you can see,
I hear you. I heard you.
yeah, you can see that they're kind of like, there's like a solemn kind of look on their face
Yeah.
as they back away. As you kind of think about it, you would realize, especially Gil and Sarah, because they went in chasing Asai. Red is a street, Red Street, and Line is a road, Line Road, that ends in a cul-de-sac. So basically, they've described a conjunction of
Okay.
streets.
So once we leave, Queera, oh shit, I thought she was lawful.
She can't be. You're your character. You can make that be the case.
I feel like I've been playing her lawful.
Yeah,
Right?
shift it.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't disagree.
So I think like she would definitely like snitch the guard out
To Queer or to
Dang.
sorry.
to
Gil.
like no to like his superior
Okay.
and say this guy is in here trying to make bribes.
So-
it's like
Trying
making
to
a
let us
mockery.
murder.
But
Yeah, it's making a mockery of
be-
justice here, and
to be quick
we need
about it,
to-
what I will
uh-huh.
note is the captain of the
Mhm.
dungeon cell was the guy who led you up. So his superior is the master of the guard.
oh,
And the master of the
great.
guard is currently a person who
is pro killing Asai.
who thinks Asai is guilty. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll hold on to
Okay.
that then.
So you head back out towards the ship. Is that fair? Cindric, you
So
catch
this
up with them as
street-
they're coming out, though.
Yeah. And while they're talking, can Syndra use sending to somebody?
Who are you sending to?
Person he's been sending to
Yeah.
before.
Do you want to send out loud or do you want to send inside?
But I gotta think of what I'm gonna say here though. But
Take your time. Well, again,
So
you
the
could have been
street-
you could have been sending while they were
Yes.
doing their business, and sending isn't spoken aloud. It's like a wah.
oh yeah.
So that's fine. But if you'd gone
Okay.
if you'd gone in with them, you couldn't have sent because the second you
Yeah.
step through the gates, it's like no.
So the streets, red and line.
Yep,
That is in the capital.
that's in the city. Yeah.
Okay. Gil would try and like kind of grab Sarah's arm and like maybe see if they could. Split the party, but like that would stick in his head.
Yep.
And like he's kind of latched onto this. There might be something more idea of like if there's other enemies
It's
and
it's
they're a
definitely.
danger to Sarah.
I would say it's definitely a very bold double bluff if Asai is lying at
Yeah.
this stage. And yeah, there's no reason why they would have to like do this or implicate others. So
Is Gil kind of sharing this hunch?
Yeah, like, and he's also like, if this is a threat to Sarah, he's like, for once in his freaking life, serious about something, and it's just like, he will not, like, until he figures out whether or not it's a threat. Like, he's kind of honed in on it.
okay.
Like, it's a fucking button or a lever.
Gil, I would agree with you. I think there is definitely something off here. As much as I personally
I mean, lying
dislike
isn't gonna save
Isai,
them.
right. As much as I dislike Isai's slimy personality, there was a ring of truth to what he said.
I'll be honest. The edge of my seat thing that's happening right now behind the scenes is whatever Johnny's typing.
I know.
You don't know. Like if
No.
oh, this could be wonderful. This could be
Oh,
magical.
Hey,
Not
Okay.
to put too much
Oh,
tension on.
Which means we're all gonna die.
yeah, I know.
Well,
you're
also,
just-
not that we're
It's like,
gonna
oh, God.
like, not that we're gonna see that or know about that right now. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
He's gonna
like,
say it. Oh.
Gil would be more geared towards going to check out the street corner.
Koyura would be more arguing towards like reconnecting with the group and drinking a fucking hot tea for a second.
Yeah, that's fair.
Real quick, John. Did I ever give you a name for the leader of the circle? I did not. Did I?
Sure didn't.
Okay. Cartonex is the name of the individual.
Say it again.
I'll post it. Cartonex.
Can you do all the council members?
Yeah, I'm about to. So Cartonex
thank you.
is the circle leader. The master of the guard is Marla Sifna. She is the master of the guard. And then the leader of the league, I didn't give you the name out for that, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, right. It's Ambran Olafstad. And I
That's
posted.
something.
And then, of course, Terran Ordric was a former member. Storm Herald's heir was the title that he would have had. And it was Teren for Terran's name. Not like Terran, like Earth.
T-E-R-E.
And, yep. And then last, but certainly not least, who am I missing? Who am I-
Laborers Guild.
Who?
Laborers.
Oh,
Guild.
Laborers Guild. Right. Sorry. Borgo Gizbog.
Yeah,
And
love it.
I've got all of those right here. So Borgo Gizbog, I posted them all like a couple times there. But what you would know of these individuals, just because it's the first time we've ever had to think about them. Ampran, Olafstad, as the master of the League of Restoration. I think we kind of talked about him a little bit. Old dude, definitely very much of the kind of Ordris, upbringing. He is like 100, like he's very ancient, and he's basically like the best way I can describe him, like personality wise, is he's like the first Harry Potter movie. What was the name of the wizard guy?
Dumbledore?
Yeah, he's like a Dumbledore kind of just attitude wise, but the first movie, like super kindly and quiet and soft spoken, but very knowledgeable.
Not screaming in a child's face.
Oh, he's not screaming in a child's face. Yeah, not yet anyway. Borgo Gizbog is a goblin who has descent from the Shattered Isles far off to the west in Parnak. His people have kind of maneuvered about, all kind of lending their expertise and knowledge to cities and the like. Gizbog and Gizbog clan have only been in Ordris for 70 years. So they came in right before the Storm Herald went nuts and then dipped. And they were kind of at the cusp of getting funding to be able to kind of start working towards making laborers' jobs easier by creating better infrastructure, by creating better transportation methods, specifically sky rails in Ordris, and also better communication possibilities by creating a calling stone net in the space as well. They have, at every turn of that, been pushed back by the rest of the council. The rest of the council is not for it, but the Laborers Guild is very focused on trying to update the city and make it more of a modern city than it currently is.
Socialist Party getting stymied by the reactionary
As
parties. Got it.
always. Marla Sifna is a there's a lot of words I could use to describe Marla.
Really cool person.
She is cool, underrated, necessary, and tough.
My best friend's name in high school was Marla. I'm not joking.
Did anybody else see what I did? Like I did a thing. Did nobody saw that? Oh.
Yeah.
Underrated and tough.
Yeah.
Necessary and tough.
Yes, underrated, necessary. Yeah.
Okay.
One over
See you
my
next Tuesday.
It's fine. It's the C word. We can't say the C word.
Charisma, uniqueness, nerve and talent.
Correct. And then Cartnex is a masterful Aarakocra, who is the master of the circle. So the Owlin that are present in Ordris are technically like a bit of a intermingled family with Aarakocra and Tengu, which are from Seriu off to the east. There's just a lot of bird people that have kind of come to nest here because for these folk, it is very comfy when the storms aren't fucking it over. It is very nice. It is like, it's basically like the Florida for bird people, and not like not like Florida man for bird people. I mean like like a retirement place.
Yeah. What is a good retirement plan?
John's like
birds.
I feel like Gil is the Florida man of Ordris.
First,
and
I'm a forest cop and a Florida bird man.
Terran Ordris.
My man!
So
let's go!
He's very cold, and he doesn't breathe a lot anymore. Oh.
Oh, too soon.
Oh, what?
The best way
What?
the best way I can describe Terran is by passing it to Kimmy to do so for me. She will describe what her father is like. I will not take any graces there, and I don't.
Eulogy, let's go.
I don't need to do much because he's dead.
She's so awful.
Jeez.
He
Oh,
was
speaking.
he was probably overbearing. Like Kuyura had to like plead her case to get her to leave the city because he would never let her leave the city. He always had to have her under thumb and close by. Um, she thought that he was a great man and was doing great things, like for the council. But she was worried that maybe secretly he could go crazy like other people in her family.
He was
Like it's always a yeah.
he was reactionary. Yeah, I actually I get where you're going. He's very like he's very dad. Like
Yeah.
okay. And yeah, you definitely know that amongst the council, he kind of worked as like the voice of like the moderate, where you know Borgo and Cartnex were very much kind of like progressive in their ideas for the city, and then Marla and Ambran are a bit more like conservative and kind of wanting to keep things historically sound. Taryn was of a mind, from what you understood, that like he was for keeping an honoring of the history, but at the same time not trying to let it bind him to a point where he had no choice but to go into the storm heraldry and lose his mind. Like he, the reason why you feel now, as you're thinking about it in his passing, that he was trying to keep you from going and learning the secrets of the Storm Herald, because it meant either him or you would have to take up that mantle, and he knew that that could lead to kind of a, if not for you and for him, for your descendants, kind of this pressure that would crush you.
Whoa.
That's a
Can
lot.
we say that like as we're kind of like
Heading back to the
you
ship.
know together,
Mm.
like we're having this conversation about
Hey
our
Johnny,
dad?
did you send for me yet? Because I'd really
I think
like.
it might be
I really
funny
like.
if he said out loud.
Yeah, go for it. Give it to me.
Did you or the others have anything to do with this slight on the council?
You would hear a reply in your head. No. Where are you?
Oh.
We must talk. Are you in the city? Are you in the keep?
It's gonna spend another.
Third level slot.
Yeah. Is it really that important? We have personal business to attend to.
You would hear back. No worries. I've already found you.
What?
I'll meet you there.
That's awkward.
You see a look of horror on his face all of a sudden.
Crying.
Like, Cinder,
It's
did
just
you
your
have a-
mom. She's like, you forgot your lunch.
Right.
Oh my god, you're being
Here's your
such
extra
a bad
pair of underwear.
cat right now. I'm getting bad kitty action right now. It's always right. I mean, at least it's closer to 10 at this point. Like I'm appreciating that
Like-
out of him, but like it's always right around the last like 30 minutes. Okay,
It's like a
perfect.
reminder.
As you come,
My cat is sitting like less than a foot away from me, just staring at me.
love it. As you come close to the ship, so Tommel, you would know that there's been people kind of milling about the ship outside. As you're inside, telling Scarin about how cool it is that you have a spelljammer helm. And Scarin, when you kind of come back onto the deck and look around, there's people milling about. There's one person that looks a little bit like oddly placed there in like the last few minutes before they arrive. And you would note that it's Dragonborn, red scales, kind of similar looking features to someone you know. And as you come up out of the kind of alcove in the keep to come up to the landing area, standing in front of the ship with her arms crossed and her long coat kind of billowing in the wind.
Oh my god, no, it is Cindrix's mom.
Wow.
You would see someone you haven't seen in a while, standing there, arms crossed, looking at you. Strangely, I don't have the handout. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. No, I don't. Weird. That's so weird. I'm usually very well prepared. You guys know that's true. I'm not lying. Why would I lie? So I'll quickly put it out here real quick. Technically, they will be a member of this folder, which will probably give a bit of the game away, but that's fine. La 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 la. Bear with as I do a thing. I'm not stalling for time. Don't believe that for a second. That would never be me. Song of the Nameless. Cinder. In one hand, she seems to be holding a gemstone, which kind of a yellowish color. And again, her long coat, bluish in color, similar to the colors of the League of Restoration. Strangely, you would recognize her, Queera. You would know that this dragonborn woman that stands before you is known as Cinder, and she is a member of the League of Restoration. Bit of a higher stationed individual in the archives. She would see you approaching. She would look to Cindrix. I'm not terribly keen. In Draconic, she would say, I'm not terribly keen in you forcing me out in the open like this. But it is necessary. No.
Gil's kind of just looking back and forth awkwardly because he understands Draconic. He's just like...
She says,
Draconic.
She says, no, I was not responsible, and I no longer serve in Paragon. I've told you this. I have no connections to the dragon.
Then why you... Why? Just... What? He's just... trying to find him, which is utterly confused. He's like... But, then why are you here? Draconic, obviously.
It was not me. But in your question, there was truth. The answer for the matter is the dragon moves. It moves here in Ordris. They have placed individuals close to the council. Very close. And those who do not move in the efforts that they wish, it is my understanding that they wish to usurp them. In fact, your leader, as it stands, looking to Queera, serves one of them. And that's where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching those that did, and we'll see you next fucking week as we continue on it.
Yeah, Gil's just like... So what?
For the fun. Now we get to meet Cindrix's mom, which is another thing Johnny has in common with Brent. He has a parent that hasn't died horribly. And for a D&D character, that's rare. Thanks for watching. See you next week.